sounds I make in the bathroom.
What about the Adventures of the Wi-Fi Goblin?
Adventures of the Wi-Fi.
Robustus, the Wi-Fi Goblin.
A shiny megabyte for the first one who finds me the Wi-Fi password.
Hey, wait a minute. What happened with the giveaway? Did no one seriously post or do anything?
Nobody did a
It's
thing.
almost like we don't have any listeners. Well, boys, we all knew this wasn't going to go anywhere.
You all knew this bird wouldn't fly. Hello and welcome to the Palaver Project. My name is Mike Rivera, and I'm joined tonight by Thomas Rodriguez,
Sup, yo?
Moses Ocassis,
Hi.
and Oscar Sandoval. Hey, baby. Guys, happy belated Easter to everyone here on the table.
Yes.
Yeah, be hiding them eggs.
Gentlemen, he is risen.
Yes,
All right?
he is.
Yes.
I hide my balls like...
Jesus.
Though, guys, really it feels like Passover around here because the Avengers ticket giveaway that I tried to pull off this weekend was a bust.
I, for one, am shocked. Michael, it's because our faithful listeners didn't have a chance to even know about this giveaway. Not everyone's going to follow us on Facebook.
No. Everybody was following Jesus. They're all going to church, learning, becoming better people. Yeah, that's what happened. They're like, Endgame? Nah, God wouldn't want this.
This is only the beginning game. No, but
This is...
I say we extend the contest.
You say I should go ahead and restart it and do it for what, like Wednesday, you think? Like the end of the
And it's tomorrow.
end of tomorrow? All right, so...
Tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow's
just get one
Wednesday.
day.
We're recorded Tuesday, so it's Wednesday. End of Wednesday evening.
End
Okay.
of today, if
of-
you're listening.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you better get on it,
And if you're not listening, well, tough luck.
asshole.
A couple of things wrong, though. I know. I'm kind of a novice to this, but we're learning. And hopefully we'll give you guys a second shot. So, if you guys want to win the Avenger tickets, you have to follow and like our Facebook page.
Yeah, you bastards.
You got to live in San Diego because it's going to be for the theaters in Mission Valley. So,
Right here.
Right. Within the radius. And also, you got to subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts. I was thinking Spotify would be okay, but I don't know how you would prove that you're also subscribing. And then we want a review, too. We want a rate and review. I don't think Spotify does the rating and review part.
No, Spotify only does the follow.
So then we're going to have to just do... well, how about this? They can write a review on the Facebook page.
There you go.
Just show a screenshot of you subscribing on Spotify. Write a review on the Facebook page. Tag your friend on the screenshot of that Spotify subscription. That way we can see who you're taking with you and invite them to the palaver.
Or at this point, just go on Facebook and say, "Give me the tickets."
Because we're running
Like
out
if we
of
get a couple of those, we'll just we'll flip a coin.
time. We'll just find you later and rape your wife.
Wow. Moses, I did not get that sound that you wanted me to do. Whenever Oscar goes off the rails,
I forgot
it.
it. That was another Oscar moment. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm just teaching people what we do here.
No, shut up.
It's okay. It's okay. 1 out of 4 is super offensive, and the other 3 guys, I don't know.
You guys just wash my balls, clean. We're all good. He is risen, guys. Come on. This is a whole new chapter in our lives.
Oscar Dirty Balls.
And that is the words of a man who does go to church on Sunday.
Actually, I'm probably the only guy here that goes to church.
Yeah, that's... I'm
not lying, guys.
I, for one, say that speaks volumes.
So,
There you go.
Deafening.
I am cleansing my soul.
Are you
much as I
Catholic?
can.
You're Catholic.
Yes.
Oh, so it's just wipe it
Oscar,
clean and
you need a
confession.
soul before you get cleanse it.
Hey, I know. I gotta
Check
I
mate.
haven't been to confession in a while. I gotta admit.
You
'Cause
better
I got
go
a lot
soon.
of I got a lot of shit.
You better go soon.
Oh no, I think you're fine. I won't worry about it if I were you.
The only reason I kind of hold back is because I know I'm gonna fuck up next week, and it's like.
See, you should be worried because the way it works is that whatever you believe in is what's going to happen to you when you die. So jump on board with whatever beliefs you have and make sure you do right by it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm trying to rectify, but we will rape your wife.
He's
if you
worked.
guys
Jesus.
don't get those tickets.
Shut
Just letting you guys know.
Strike 2 on this podcast.
I know Thomas is with me when I say this.
Sure,
He's like the only guy here that has my back. 100%.
it's reverse psychology. This is all reverse psychology coming from Thomas.
No, I've seen it before.
If you guys ever wonder why we don't have any followers or listeners, I feel like you don't have to look very far.
I told you,
Point
our target audiences are guys who live alone in trailers, who never turn on the lights. So we're good.
Look, if you want to prove us wrong, prove it by going on our Facebook page, liking and following, and you know what? Post something up. I had a couple of people saying, they had joined the Squawk Box, which is our little group inside the Palaver Project, where everyone could post something. Because Oscar, you brought up that people didn't know if they could post on the page, and so I created a group where people can just go ahead and post whatever they want on there and keep it streamlined.
Wait, Michael, what is a Squawk Box?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Well, Squawk Box is a place where everyone can share feedback and ideas for the show and stuff that that you guys are interested in. Go ahead and throw out whatever you want. A post, share an article, share a story, and that way just start a conversation. We're trying to make it interactive as possible.
Hell yeah!
And we have the templates there. It's just a matter of you guys going ahead and using it.
Yeah.
Like squawkbox.com or something?
No, it's a group within the Facebook page. If you go on the Palaver Project Facebook page, the Squawk Box is a group that's connected to the page.
Big fan of this Facebook, aren't you?
Well, it's what I'm using right now. It's until something better comes out, social media wise, that's what I got.
Let's go back to MySpace. That's where everyone's at right now.
Twitter and Instagram. Far superior.
Yeah.
Instagram, bunch of fake ass bastards. Oh, sorry, our followers there. We love you guys. We're talking about the other guys that are not following.
Yeah.
Those are freaking cheap fake bastards.
Yeah, a big thank you from Grahamtown.
Yeah.
Choose your weapon and go ahead and follow us and join the conversation. Join the palaver.
Yeah, join us.
Guys,
Post badass pictures of good sandwiches.
Hey,
all I care about.
that'd be freaking
That's all I care about. Monte Cristos, Rubens.
Oh my God.
DMs are
Look,
open.
I got your feedback right here.
All right.
I feel like this show peaked with the Build-A-Warrior episode, and it hasn't been the same since.
Wow, you brought that back. We will finish
Hey,
that.
all I'm saying is we got a fan to write in and volunteer stuff. Hasn't
Okay.
happened since.
We will.
Just saying,
It'll happen. Just keep sending pictures of
If that's what you guys like to hear, let's go ahead and hear your feedback on that. That way we can go ahead and push it out. Just give us the motivation to churn that good creative workshops out.
There you go. Let's churn that butter.
Last week we talked about we talked about several things. We talked about the Star Wars trailer.
Yes.
We talked about
Let me know when it's my turn to talk. Go ahead.
Oh no,
Finish
yeah.
what you're saying.
No, the Star Wars trailer. I mean, everybody here already said their piece on the trailer. What did you think about it, Thomas? You weren't here last week.
Oh yeah, you weren't here.
Okay, so I think it's funny that you guys spend a lot of time talking about things that are Googleable, like Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, Michael, Star Wars Celebration's been going on for a long time. Of course they're going to charge you money when you go in. Google it and you can find out how long it's been going on.
Hey, we're not about knowing what it is. We like to sit here and speculate and talk shit about the concept.
Exactly. We're the Palaver
Who the
Project.
fuck are you coming in here telling us to do research?
I just think you can have the facts and then have harder hitting shit talking about the actual thing going on. You know what I mean? Instead of somebody sitting there that knows what's going on and being like, "Oh, these guys don't know what they're talking about."
What did we spend? Like a minute on talking shit about that stuff?
5.
Yeah, I'd like to see the minutes, please.
Sorry.
Can I see that?
There's no refund on your minutes.
We're gonna be a little inside baseball with that. I kind of knew ahead of time what it was about. I was just kind of wanting to discuss it on the podcast.
Oh, great. So you're a liar.
Wow. The first liar in the Palaver Project.
I didn't know it was paid for. I just kind of knew like there was this convention type of thing going on called Star Wars Celebration, which I brought up
every year. It's been going on forever.
I always knew that.
I didn't know
You
how
know
it was
what?
going
Fair
for.
enough. You've been vindicated.
Thank you.
Second, with the TIE Fighter pilot, that's Kylo Ren because they were talking it up like it's like the duel and like the showdown between
Yeah,
them.
but
It's
why
not,
would he
like,
want to
two
run her
different-
over?
It's
You didn't
so
think that
she
was
can
funny?
flip
That
over
was-
it.
Oh, so she can flip over it. That was the whole
Yeah,
point.
that was the whole
So they
point.
can
The
have
whole
the
point
shot
was
where
that
they
it
meet
was
in the middle
stupid
of
and you
nowhere
had the
and
shot.
face off with each other. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm just saying the
certainly
speculation where
sounds
it's like
like
a
you are.
drunk friend that rides a TIE Fighter.
That was good, though.
Wait,
was
but
pretty
you
good. That
don't.
was
But
pretty
you
good.
don't know it's
I
Kylo Ren.
mean,
Yeah, you do that.
You don't.
You
know.
do the voices. Go ahead.
What'd you think about Lando being shown? Like the little scenes between Leia and Lando, and the whole little. I mean, what did you think about overall the trailer?
who cares?
And I agree.
this
I
guy.
agree. I agree with that
Like,
because
okay, like
we
who-
covered this already.
Yeah.
I don't care what he has to say about it.
Got it. Got it.
True. You
Okay.
know what? You need more church, boy.
Yeah, take him to church.
Well, we talked after that. We talked about what black holes. We're not going to go through that one again. I mean, we already
Oh yeah,
covered
Oscar
that.
the scientist over here volunteering all his opinions.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I know most than
Yeah,
most.
you need to have at least one person who gets all of his scientific information from fucking gifs.
Fox News.
From a GIF
And
on
the
Instagram.
GIFs and memes.
Danny
Memes.
DeVito crawling out of a black hole naked.
That is legitimate.
I know you've seen it. And
I
that
know.
was all of the information he had on the black hole that day.
That might have to be the next Instagram post. No, don't. We don't need to see that.
He is risen, people.
Of the black hole,
Sweaty.
naked.
Naked. The day his mother made him.
We talked Mortal Kombat for like the second half of the podcast, and just to touch on that last episode, I picked up Mortal Kombat 11. Well, not picked up. I downloaded the game last night. I skipped the lines and went totally digital. And a quick review.
Oh yeah, a lot of lines to pick up. Mortal
Oh, yeah,
Kombat.
there you go.
Well,
Big midnight release.
I, for one, applaud you and you downloading it. It's better for the environment.
That's right. Less carbon.
Maybe.
Better for the
Maybe.
environment.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's what he had in mind when he did it. It wasn't laziness.
No, not at all. I'm sure he thought, those discs are a real waste of everything. Resources, space.
I have.
I'm going to
fast-
download it.
fast internet.
I was
Why not use it?
I was thinking also like overall like value after a couple of years. I'm not going to be able to trade it in. So why have like the physical
Well,
copy?
GameStop's going out of business. Of course, you're not going to be able to trade it.
Wait, it is.
Well, you know what?
Wait, you don't know this.
Trading in shit was for poor people anyway.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, walking in and getting like $10
Hey, I
for
take
something.
offense to this.
You should. You should take offense to
I
it.
do this all the time.
You should. There's no way to justify that. One day, you went out and you bought a bunch of shit that at one point totaled like $2,000, and then you brought it to these assholes at GameStop, and they gave you $20.50 for it.
Wait, what was I gonna do?
$2.50.
Keep it at my house and let it gather dust and use it as a ornament?
Yeah, I would. It's a better use of your
You
time.
could reflect light on the backside of the CD.
I'd rather get $2.50 out of some shit I wasn't playing in.
You can hang it from your mirror like those people don't want to get busted for speeding because they think that it
Yeah, it reflects the radar. That's stupid.
I get it, Thomas. I got a DUI. You don't have to keep throwing that shit at me.
I'm impressed. I was actually going to go there.
He didn't need the CD. He had 3 people in the car telling him to slow down.
And did I listen?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Lesson.
I respect it. Cheers.
No one tells
Fuck what
Oscar what
everybody
to
else
do.
tells you. Don't tell me what to do.
I'm gonna get this ticket on purpose.
Anyways, back to the review. Really quick review, guys. I just want to let you guys know that the game looks beautiful. Every iteration of this fighting game, the graphics always kick up a notch, and this is no different. It looks incredible. I feel like they've really worked on redesigning the faces facial designs are impressive now. They feel really well done. They feel up to characters. You know, I remember in like Mortal Kombat 9 that they looked kind of chunky, the low polygon, and so I mean now they look solid. The sculpt is solid. Great presentation. Overall, character designs are very good, and the new customization capabilities are a welcome addition. I really like that you get to kind of mix and match the gear.
Oh, so you can?
Yeah, you could. You can actually. It's not. You can't switch like from one character to character. Like everybody has their set stuff. You know, variants.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean gear? What does gear have to do with Mortal Kombat?
Oh, they introduced kind of
like
a
armor
gear set. No, you get to choose like let's say like the style of like Scorpion's spear, or his tunic.
Does that increase damage or defense or anything like that?
They have consumables for that.
Okay.
They actually have consumables to increase.
I believe Scorpion is wearing a gi.
A gi. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Sorry, it just bothered me.
Yeah. No. I couldn't think of a. Yeah. They actually each fight. I noticed that they give
fighting game.
Yeah. Well,
that's kind of weird. Getting like little health pots or something, or special.
One word for it.
Like it builds up your special, or what, or a higher attack power.
That's an option, or it can fill up your maybe your attack or defense meter.
But this is good.
Well, next question.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Wait, that's the same thing I just said.
Shut up.
Okay, well, when I play it, I went straight to the tower. I didn't need any consumables to go through the tower. I actually beat the tower. It was standard not novice, but medium difficulty, and I didn't need a consumable. I didn't need to customize anything. It's something I can do without.
You strike me as a medium difficulty kind of guy.
For starters, yeah.
Really, you are, dude. I'm hard.
Like, that's the only way you learn.
No, I mean I'm hard right
now. But
he's not lying, folks.
Got him. Yo, he got us.
Damn. That's good. Moses, you remember Mortal Kombat Armageddon?
Yes.
Remember the creative fighter?
Yes.
I missed that. I wish when I heard they were doing the customization, that's what I thought it was going to be. I was kind of disappointed. It's just more you just get to pick and choose what kind of gear you use. But it is neat though. I mean, they have so many different versions of these characters all throughout time that mix and matching is kind of cool. Also, it does kind of make your fighter feel a little more unique. Uniquely your own.
What about 11?
It's kind of like when somebody puts spinning rims on their car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Like, it's you bought the car, you didn't design it, but I guess you get to put some flair on there.
Yeah. The fighting mechanics are pretty much like Mortal Kombat X, but there's a departure now from the X-ray move, which is like the super devastating move you get to use after you build up, you raise your meter.
The cheap ass moves that get people who suck the ability to catch up to you.
Gotta have the handicap. You know what I mean?
You do.
They introduced
guys like me.
a new handicap. It's called the Fatal Blow.
So here we go. So
once your health is critically low, you're able to use at least one Fatal Blow, which is that's the X-ray move for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you can only use it one per match.
But you gotta be good.
Well, you gotta time it and know when to use it though, because if you're critically low and use the X-ray, and he or she still has like a quarter left, you can still kick your ass. You're still done.
Okay.
But, so you do have to time it right. I do kind of like it better than the X-ray move. I like that you can only use it once, so you have to be you have to be careful with it.
Wait, X-ray move, you could use it a lot?
Yeah, you could build if you draw out the match, you could go ahead and use another X-ray move, but that's gone now. So attacks and combos, they're seemingly random. I mean the random cinematic close-ups when they do like a devastating maneuver, it's kind of cool. I like that. It's still over the top and gross with the blood and gore, but not so much where I'm like shaking my head and thinking like this is too real, it's gonna poison kids' minds. No, it's very B-movie-ish.
Well, we've talked about this.
Why would you ever feel that way?
Gore doesn't mess up kids, it's cussing.
It's the cussing.
That's where we are. That's where we came from, baby.
You guys are horrible.
No cussing, but gore. It's fine.
I'm happy to report the story has actually improved substantially from the last game. I got as far as the Scorpion Sub-Zero part. They actually are working together now.
Oh, nice.
But yeah.
Hey, wait, didn't Scorpion like have sex with Sub-Zero's wife or some shit like in some old story back in like?
I think he killed his
I
wife.
think Sub-Zero killed Scorpion's wife.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
After, but he raped her first,
But I don't.
right? With like some icicle. I'm just saying,
Michael,
Thomas, you love.
You know
this
what? If that was a Japanese anime, that's exactly what would happen.
Ah.
Unfortunately, Mortal Kombat was created by Americans.
No way.
Yeah.
And they use like Asians to like.
Yeah, it's total just whitewashing the subject.
Wow, it's dicks.
Yeah.
No wonder
Horrible.
they use like this movie star as like a fighter.
Hey.
I want to say you are the only person in the world that holds Mortal Kombat's storyline in high regard.
I might be, yeah. And I mean, I'm drawn to it. I mean, there are multiple stories being treated and told through this, and they actually are maintaining a continuity here. I'm surprised that they've this long with all the complicated circumstances behind all the other games. I can respect that accomplishment. They're doing pretty good.
No, I don't
Decent
think
track
it's
record.
too hard, though, when you just kind of cut up timelines.
No, it's not.
You know what I mean? Like, that happened then, this is when this happened. Like, I could do it.
Right.
But nothing's
Like,
tied
if
to-
they gave me the timelines for each of the games, I could fit it together to where it's, like, not as, I don't know, shitty.
Wait, so all the timelines are like somehow linked? It's not like, one timeline is like completely different from another one.
Timelines are merging in this game, and it's merging because of the boss named Chronica. And now she's okay.
Chronica.
Chronica
now
or
to the-
Chronoka?
Chronica, yeah.
Because Chronica would be like
Yeah,
the
you're right.
name some
Chronica.
14-year-old would give to his PSN ID.
True.
Chronica 420, man.
Here's the con of the
I
game.
smoke a lot.
The boss is just
Wait.
like
The Shao Kahn?
oh, nice. Oh, he's a badass, by the way.
Look
I
at
love
Thomas
him. Oh,
over
he
there.
is?
He's suffering so much.
Yeah, no. Okay.
Oh, God,
Okay,
it
I'll wrap
hurts.
it up.
Yes,
The
this
boss
is
is underwhelming in actual combat when I faced him in the tower. And there's no monster sub-boss. No monster sub-boss. So I'm just like, that's
wait
lame.
I'm out.
Yeah, minute. What do you mean there's no
I'm
monster
out.
sub-boss? We all know
I'll
that the
see you.
sub-boss is supposed to be a bigger, stronger, but not as powerful version.
Exactly.
Yes.
So here's what I say
the
about
main
Michael's
boss.
review. Mortal Kombat 11. I'll see you when you're $40 and you have all the DLCs included. Possibly even $30.
I was gonna say 40. That's steep.
40 is kind of steep nowadays for fighting games, honestly, because the content is just rinse and repeat. But I am interested to see their DLC characters.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
I'm
guest
actually looking
ones.
out. Oh, the first DLC
You know what we still
character.
have plugged into our office? That Marvel vs. Capcom. People play it
The first one on arcade
I'm not sure. It's like on PS3, whichever that is.
might be Marvel vs. Capcom 2. The best.
Onslaught, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, okay.
No. Not in that one.
No? No?
No.
Oh.
It was some gooey thing.
Oh.
You see that though? Perfect fighting game. Let me tell you where Mortal Kombat messed up, Michael.
Okay.
You
Here
know
we
why
go.
Street Fighter is able to survive? Because they embrace Marvel. You know what I mean? You better tell Mortal Kombat to get on the
Marvel.
Batman thing.
They tried
Injustice.
Marvel.
Injustice.
They tried Mortal Kombat versus DC.
And then they did Injustice.
Yeah, but
Injustice is trash.
hold on. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Mortal Kombat versus DC.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't. That was no.
That was an
Scorpion's-
awful piece of garbage.
yeah, I was.
But like, here's the
standing
thing.
like behind me because it smells like smoke out here.
There's a fire outside. I told
Oh,
you.
okay, that's fine.
DC.
This is the end of the Palaver project. We're going to be burned by tonight.
Tom's
See, we
go
do
for
this
it.
for
We've
you
already
people.
highlighted DC's roster shortfalls on this show before. I don't know. They just gotta adapt something. You know what I mean? I don't know. Why has Street Fighter been able to survive so long, but like Mortal Kombat hasn't?
No, I think Mortal Kombat's going strong
They
still.
have. They have kind of gone time
No,
and
they're,
time.
they're still making games,
Problem with
but
Street Fighter nowadays is their characters have become mutants. Like, have you looked at the bodies of these characters now?
They're
Since
huge,
they
aren't they?
translated them into these new graphics, Ryu's foot is like it's like from your solar plexus to your forehead now.
A fucking tree
He's a
trunk.
freak. His head looks like a coffee fucking can.
I think we talked about this last week about how like Street Fighter had more of a cartoon style of
We talked about that, but we haven't talked about
Oh,
how
yeah, but
monstrously
not like-
ugly their characters have become.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not aesthetically
What's
appealing.
What's that
Well,
monster
why
they
do
have?
people-
I agree with you though on the fact like Marvel versus Capcom stuff is a lot more appealing because the art styles have to vary a bit.
Well, it seems like the dominant fighting games now are either Marvel vs. Capcom, right?
Yeah.
Or like Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Like
Smash
Mortal
Brothers
Kombat's
are
been
big.
passed up by like Nintendo characters like beating up each other. So like something you're doing something wrong when
You have multiple licenses, like multiple different like properties coming together in this melee. It's gonna bring so many different fan bases together. So that's how I see Super Smash Brothers working.
Smash Brothers
super-
is such a clusterfuck to me.
yeah.
Like I don't know what's going on when I
You're
play that
right,
game.
especially with the
It's
four
amazing,
players. With 3 to 4
it's
players,
because
get
all
into
these
it.
fighting games are made for people with like ADD.
Wait,
I think
whoa,
so.
whoa,
like
whoa.
you need
I
to.
like that game.
You need it
There's
needs
so
to be
much
snap,
going
snap,
on.
snap,
You
snap,
know,
snap.
before
yeah.
it used to be like fun, like watching people like fight each other on a game.
Yeah.
Now you can't even like keep up with it when you're like spectating.
Oh yeah, because you can't tell who's hitting who.
That's why I see like I like Mortal Kombat. I like Soul Calibur too, where it's just one-on-one fights or like the tag team battles. It's still pretty simple. And
You know what though? Soul Calibur though recently, like with this stuff, dude, reversals, one button reversals and like ultimate moves have killed like having fun with your friends.
now, do they have like a meter where it has to fill?
Yeah,
so
there's
there's
meters that
chances.
have to
Matter.
fill and
Doesn't
stuff, but
matter.
when it comes
You
to
should
like
be able to do that.
reversals, like games where it's like a one button reversal and the other person has to know that you're doing a reversal, like that's where it's like this isn't a real fight. You
Like
know
that,
that, right?
Matrix game.
Oh my god.
Why? I never played that. Is that good?
So, little small quick backstory for this Matrix game. It had a fighting mode in it, right? It was a story-based game, but it had a fighting mode, and anytime I fought Thomas, all they had to do was like hit a button, and I wouldn't be able to fight him. Like any punch I threw would just be like whack, whack, whack. He'd defend every hit and then knock me into the wall, and then he'd just keep doing that until I was dead.
It sounds like.
And that's kind of how I feel a lot of these games have gone in their direction with this one-button counter system or like this ultimate move system.
Wait,
like,
New
it's garbage.
Cybot was like that character from Mortal Kombat. And Selena.
Oh,
no,
my head
No,
hurts.
I think it was no
What are you
because
talking
you
about?
actually had to be skilled. You actually
You
had
had
to
to
know
be-
the moves. You had to know the move
You had
set.
to
It
throw a
wasn't a one
freaking
button
cloud
thing.
at the guy, and then he couldn't hit you for like.
Okay, well, we're spending a lot of time on this.
Okay,
Mortal Kombat
I'll-
video.
Just one more tidbit I want to throw out there. Just a nice little factoid.
You're a fake. Oh, sorry. That
Oh,
was.
here, okay, I have a question too
Go, please.
that you can include in your factoid.
Okay.
So, as a fan of Mortal Kombat,
Yes.
I want to know how should people buy it?
As a fan of Mortal Kombat,
They should buy a
Of
little
course
money.
he's gonna say yes. He bought it.
well,
What
I
else
mean,
is he gonna say?
I'm a fan of Mortal Kombat.
No,
I
but
went out and bought
after
it.
the fact of buying it,
Yeah.
like it's different when you're a fan of something and you buy it and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Let's see.
Like that's
Yeah.
happened to me 1,000
But
times.
He hasn't said anything negative about it yet.
No, I think the boss is weak. Is underwhelming. If
Well, I
you-
mean, yeah, you
Because
just
he's
said
a
that.
woman.
no, I said that earlier.
Oscar.
I'm just saying.
Adults are talking. Hold on, Michael, go on.
Here, let me just go and finish. Like the fact that the boss isn't like as
woman.
strong as like Shao Kahn, and
Yes, I agree.
the monster sub boss is missing, which is kind of a staple. That would kind of steer it to like a lesser grade,
Feminism.
but I do like the new endeavors here. I like the customization. I like the design of the characters. The fighting mechanics are strong.
So
They're enjoyable. I would say yes.
one big thing that's important to me about these games that have a legacy.
Yeah.
Titties.
What is the roster right now? What's the number count on the available characters?
Yes.
Because sometimes, dude, they put these games out and you're like, 12 characters. What is wrong with you?
I see. Yeah.
No, 24. I believe it was. It was
that's
20.
not bad.
It was 24.
That's good.
That's
good.
It's good. No, it does still like you're looking here and you're like, man, there's so many holes in terms of like I don't see a reptile.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see I don't see Ermac.
$4.99, baby.
I don't see
Okay.
Ermac yet. But yeah, they're eventually gonna be out now. What I would like to see is that if there's DLC, it's also including story. I want them to be included in the story too.
Because you're kind of asking for a lot. You're asking for a lot. You're asking because they don't have to give you that, and you'll buy it anyway. No, they don't
have to. But I would like it. I know I'm not getting it. I'm just probably much going to get the character, and here he is. Mm-hmm. But if they really wanted to give like more credence to these characters, and not just throw them out there, then put a little story behind them or include them. We'll see though down the line because they seem to be updating even now. One thing about one of the characters, Shang Tsung, has made his return back to Mortal Kombat. He's not in the roster right now, but he's going to be the first DLC character. He's in the crypt. He's kind of like, the crypt is now Shang Tsung's island. So you're exploring the island and opening up the treasure troves there. So
from like Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and Shang Tsung is played by Hiroyuki Tagawa, the actor from the actual movie. From the movie. Shang Tsung is designed based on his likeness. And his voice as well.
You said this last week. We talked about this.
I know, but I also wanted just to point it out again as one of the where he's
confirming
at.
It.
I have a question though. Okay. That everybody in the Palaver Project wants to know. Okay. The chicks on there, are their titties like all out?
No.
Damn it! I'm not buying.
No, like, they actually the female design is really good in this game.
No, there's no titties. Well, how can it be good?
You're so pathetic.
Because they're
who cares? Who cares if he's sexist?
See,
pathetic.
Thomas agrees with me.
It's not a
the game
thing.
sounds
it's
pathetic.
Patheticism thing.
What?
Jackie Briggs and Cassie Cage have gotten a huge makeover, and their stories are a little better.
For me, the makeover would be deleting them from the game.
Yeah. We can't always get what we want. But okay, overall, B-. I'll give it a B-.
Fair.
Okay.
That was the longest review ever. But,
we had a lot of questions.
Yeah, we had a lot of questions. Yeah.
I wanted to know like at least 3 or 4 things.
I just wanted to know one.
Because I play these fucking games sometimes.
Thank you, Michael. That was good. I know Thomas agrees with everything I say.
As he looks at his phone. Is that a Monte Cristo sandwich?
He's checking those titties out. And
he's looking at sandwiches, baby.
Well, guys, I mean, that was one of the big stuff. I mean, I have another review, but I think I'm going to leave it to the back end. Is there anything on top of your guys' head you guys want to talk about today?
I think Mo's had a couple movie reviews to touch on.
Oh my god, you guys want my movie reviews?
Yeah.
Well, luckily, they're going to be extremely short because I don't really overthink.
Okay.
In general.
What was that alien movie with Machine Gun Kelly? I could have sworn it was going to be good as soon as I heard Machine Gun Kelly was going to be in it.
Which one? Captive State?
Yeah.
Oh, Captive State. Okay, let me tell you something about Captive State here, okay? It had the longest cloak and dagger scene of all time. And I didn't know whether I was mad at that movie for that or just gleefully unchained. You know what I'm saying?
Please elaborate. What's a cloak and dagger scene for our audience?
Cloak and dagger type scene, right? Is where, all right, here we go. We start with the little thing like the boom, 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 the music, right? And then all of a sudden we got Michael in a watchtower clicking lights on and off.
I would do
and
that.
And then as I see those lights clicking on and off, I take my dog for a walk that I've never taken for a dog before. Or for a walk before, sorry.
He's been a
I walk him by an automotive shop where Thomas is working on a Corvette. He leans out and sees that I'm walking that dog and decides, this car I've been working on has been done for a while, but it's time to drive it. So he drives it down to a radio station where he takes a record to Oscar that hasn't been played on the radio in over 10 years. He plays it. And some guy across town just, he's always listening to that radio station waiting for that record. And then that record plays, and the guy goes, it's time. That's a cloak and dagger scene.
And it keeps going.
So it had the longest one that I've ever seen in my life, and I could not decide if I was upset by it or enjoyed it.
So basically, it's just a lot of things need to align for this to move along.
It wasn't good.
Or, here's the thing about movies. I mean, rewatchability is one thing, right? Like, you have a movie you can see a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or you have a movie you can see one time, and you were like, I was fine with that one watch. So, it's up to the individual to decide what that means for them. But that cloak and dagger scene, I don't know. I was pretty happy with it. I don't remember the last time I saw. I wouldn't see the movie again. I don't care to.
So.
But I enjoyed my first watch.
It's an interesting take on rewatchability. I feel like usually good movies you'll want to rewatch once or twice, even if it's with like a different like person. You know?
I still feel that is such an individual thing, though. You know? Like, there are books that the individual will reread, and your friends have read them once, and they'll never touch it again.
Well, rereading a book's a different.
Yeah, it's a different story.
I don't feel like it is because it's an undertaking over time. But a movie, I've had movies that I'm not going to rewatch just because I want to do something else.
But like, if you put on a movie to rewatch, you can be doing something else.
Well, I guess you could have it as background in the same concept. You can have music in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, that's fair. That's a fair way to look at it. You just want some background stuff. But I'm talking about, honestly, sitting down and watching it.
Yeah.
How were the actors in this movie? I mean, I know.
Actors or whatever, John Goodman is always fun.
He's always great.
Like, he's always great to see in anything, you know? The storyline for his character was pretty interesting.
He's the main character, right?
If you do have any just a little bit of intelligence, you're going to catch on.
Anyone ever see that Cloverfield movie with John Goodman?
Yeah. 10 Cloverfield Lane?
Have you guys all seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
I
good
haven't seen
movie.
it. Was it good?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It was good. It was actually
It deserves
very
a watch. It definitely deserves a watch.
Nice.
Captive State, though, reminded me of this storyline for a game called XCOM. Because these aliens, they came, they conquered us, we gave up, and then they started telling us how they were going to run, how our society needs to be run, and they became the people that design our society and how it goes.
Okay.
So, it was an interesting take on this. You don't see a lot of movies that do that. Usually humans fight to the end kind of deal, and we win from some obscure bullshit thing. They get sick. Like they didn't do the research, right?
Yeah. So it's weird that like movies like that, like what you're explaining, I feel like 80s movies used to be like that all the time.
Yeah, 80s used to want to give you a twitch or a little twist, give you some dark shit.
But they were bloody. Was this movie bloody?
Did it have to be?
Arms falling off, right?
It had implied violence in a lot of parts.
Oh, that's pretty good.
They do that a lot. They do that because they want
saying
kids
a lot
to
of
pay
stuff
for
that
this.
makes me kind of want to see it.
Well, it's worth a fucking watch.
No,
I'll watch it.
Honestly,
I had a friend of mine who pointed out the trailer, and they felt like there was some leanings to some like political commentary because of the timing of the release of the trailer. Is there like an undertone of like
that shit? That shit is always there if you're willing to look for it and pretend that it's there. Here's the thing.
Very contrived.
Contrived, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, guys. Like people are always thinking things are getting worse. Things are getting worse. Things are getting worse. I think that things are always as bad as they've always been. The difference is that there have always been steps to make things better. Right?
Well, everyone always thinks they're living in end times.
We always think we're living in the worst possible time, but if you take a moment to reflect how good the times have become, you're living in a pretty damn decent time.
You're right.
But regression, that's the problem.
Climate change is real, though.
Climate change is real. I'm not saying, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about society in general. But I also feel we go through periods where it feels like society is being enlightened on one concept and it's moving towards that concept. But then we go to a point where we regress, and the regression becomes like a widespread regression. But then later on, we start moving forward again. But I think it's a one step forward, two steps back deal with society.
Yeah.
But other than that, like with Captive State, you can make those assumptions, but I feel you can make those assumptions in any decade you live in. Had you been watching that movie?
Okay.
I feel like society moves more like a 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, kind of, because we still make progress, like eventually.
Put whatever number you want.
Well,
put whatever number you want.
In your 1 step, 2 back, that implies that we're moving backwards all the time.
I feel like we are moving backwards. We have 1 step in which we are making giant, striding goals that are minuscule in the sense that society doesn't recognize them as amazing goals that we have been achieving. But then we have these really old, vilifying, like disgusting parts of our society that almost feel like it's the fucking Dark Ages again.
I thought of a solution to this the other day. You know what? Since like flat earthers and things like that don't want to believe in science, since people don't want to believe science's claims of like climate control, I say all the scientists continue doing their sciencey things, which gives us the capability of flying into space. And then everyone that believes all that shit and is willing to move the society forward through like science and the scientific method, just go to a different planet. And
no,
you know what?
I disagree.
Why do I have to leave?
I disagree. I think the
everyone
scientists
who-
should stay here, and we ship everybody else off world.
No, it's not gonna work.
Well, neither of these things are going to work. It's just that I prefer that we get rid of the idiots who don't believe in anything.
I'm down to go to a different planet. Austria could stay here and then live.
I
out
don't want to make a go on Mars. I'd
Twilight
rather
years.
send the Hicks to Mars and make our
There's
planet
beaches
better.
here. There's no beaches in
No,
Mars.
We'll cover. We'll go through the black hole. We'll go through a place that's like Earth 2.
Make
like
Earth,
Matthew
make
McConaughey?
Earth great again.
And come back when I'm
Yeah.
like 80.
That should be the slogan.
Anyway, Captive State is worth a watch. It's a fun watch. You're not going to watch it twice.
it's good.
Unless maybe you're super stoned and drunk and you're like, hey, buddy, you got to see this movie.
I mean,
and you're willing to
alright.
chill with a friend. And in
know, I
between,
mean-
you're doing little things while he's captivated by the
I
movie.
was willing
Okay.
to watch District 9 twice. I was willing to watch,
Well, District
Edge of
9
Tomorrow
District
twice,
9 was
Dread
a better movie.
Twice.
District 9 is a better movie than Captive State.
Okay.
In the sense that there's points where you're going to be...
Okay, give it a star rating. What would you give it?
What are we, 4-starring it?
5-star top.
10 star. Let's IMDb it.
A 10-star?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, out of IMDb.
Captive State gets like a 7.5.
That's a
it's
pretty
a passing
high
movie.
rating. That's 7.5 is passing for you.
Well, I go off of when we were in school.
Yeah, it's like
basically.
75%.
When I see a
It's a
C
C.
plus, I don't look at a C plus like, oh my god, you did average. I go, good job, you did average.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the bar is set by failures, like Fs. That's how I feel. Society is set by Fs. When you see a C and someone's performing at an average level, that's actually pretty high.
There's hope there, I guess, right?
For me, I believe
I mean,
that the C average
Oh,
is a
no.
pretty high
on my
point.
10-point scale, if a movie gets to 7.5, you better get out and see that.
You have higher.
I just told you
Yeah.
it's watchable.
You have a higher standard.
No, but
It's a
7.5
one-time
on my
watch.
scale isn't like it's passable. It's like, oh, that was a pretty good movie this year. You better go see it.
Okay, well then you take the scale in which you asked me to rate and
And you base it on your
No,
what's
I
the
just
word?
don't-
Prorate it for
So
yourself.
it'd be like 5.5.
For you, it's a 5 or
Okay.
5.
Yeah. I don't see you going out there and looking for it. Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, if it's on Netflix, I'll watch it.
but
Yeah,
guys,
there you go,
it
yeah.
also gets props for it being almost like a political sci-fi movie. Like that's pretty unheard of. We don't get a lot of that. So
You know what's getting a lot of press too is Us.
yeah.
Yeah.
What,
I mean,
like
has
the
anyone
Collateral
seen
Project?
Us?
I've also seen Us. I pretty much watch a movie every week at the theater.
Oh,
did you
nice.
see? Did you see the other one?
Huh?
Did you see the other one?
They.
Get Out.
Get Out. I
Get
saw
Out.
Get Out as well.
I thought Get Out was good.
Get Out was good, and Get Out was better than Us. Us. Okay, Us was like creepy. It had you guessing, playing around in your mind with almost like parallel dimensions or doppelgangers, or you couldn't really wrap your head if you knew anything about like extra dimensional beings or doppelgangers or things that could claim your identity. You're sitting there the whole time going like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? And it was a fun thriller. It kept you captivated and it was enjoyable. There was an explanation in the movie that I felt could have just been tossed in the trash.
that was my next question. I was going to say, but did it
Yeah,
all get ruined with
you
the
get an
reveal?
explanation that doesn't really explain anything to the average person. You sit there and you listen to it, and if you use your critical thinking skills and you really examine it, you kind of sit back.
Sit this one out, Oscar.
Yeah, you
Go
sit
on.
back. You sit back and listen, and you're like, I don't feel like I needed that explanation because it didn't really answer anything
It
for
like
me.
cheapens the movie.
If
if anything.
it cheapens the movie, and if anything, complicates it for people who thought they might have had it figured out.
Right.
But really fun watch. It had parts where I was like, dude, I was chuckling, laughing.
Wait, what are we talking about? Us?
Yeah, the movie Us.
Which one's that one?
Oscar,
Is that the one with
what was
like,
the
those
other
folks?
movie review that you're gonna do? You said Captive State, and then there was another one you mentioned.
I've also seen Pet Sematary.
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
remake.
right.
Yeah, the remake.
How was that?
Okay, so Pet Sematary is honestly on par with the original Pet Sematary movie, which whether or not you deem that movie to be good or not, that's, let's just start there.
Wait, did you watch the original?
Yeah, of course.
This guy has seen every Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
Hey, this could have been the one movie he didn't watch.
Including the...
Fair,
did you ever see that... What's the movie where the people are on the plane?
Langoliers.
Oh,
yeah. Deep.
That was a good movie. I thought.
Hey, you're
Okay.
so quick.
So the funny thing, real quick, the funny thing about the Langoliers movie, it doesn't do justice. The story is intense as shit. It's a short story.
Okay.
From Stephen King, really.
Yeah.
Man, it's good. It's so much
it is.
better. I could go into a tirade about Stephen King being translated into a movie and tell you where everybody falls flat.
Don't judge a book by its movie.
Exactly.
Well,
It's funny that
it's true.
Langoliers, Andrea actually pointed that out, and she said that when she was a kid, when she watched it, it was kind of scary, right? But then
Yeah.
when we YouTubed it, I was like...
Later, it
"You
was
serious?"
garbage.
Yeah. But I mean,
We talked
times,
about this
the
last
times change.
podcast that CGI doesn't translate well over the years. Yeah.
that's
Oh,
true.
yeah. It doesn't.
But anyway, Pet Sematary.
Compare it to the first one.
Well, compared to the first one, it does a lot of the same things the first one does, and it does it well, which is good.
Okay,
right? When you're
good.
doing a remake, and it added certain things that in theater. Now, here's the difference. Thriller, scary movies are a lot different in theater than they are when you come home and you watch it on your couch. That's for sure, right? You got the 7.1 surround sound, fucking making it sound like somebody's breathing in your ear, even though nobody's there. It's a big deal.
Plus, you're focused on the screen. When you're at home, you're doing
Exactly. You're home. You
all
could be
the time.
doing anything, you know. But there were some scenes in that movie, specifically scenes with the sister of the wife. That's something from the old movie too. But they really
Played it up.
They played it up, and they got it to a point where I'm kind of sitting back in the seat. I'm like, nah, I don't fucking want to see this.
Yeah, that's good because movies don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
they don't.
Movies don't make you uncomfortable.
You're
in that
sitting
kind of
there
way
and you're
anymore.
just like, please, no, don't. I just end this scene, please. Let's go to something else. I'll take something rising out of the ground now.
Yeah,
I don't want this scene right here. Please don't do this to me. So it had that part in it where it got me. Which the scenes in which it got me with that sister are the big deal scenes for me when it comes to horror. They used that, and that's the kind of stuff that scares the shit out of me. So when you see Pet Sematary and you watch those scenes with the sister, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. And
Not
what I'm
just
afraid
a
of.
lot of jump scares.
Dude, it's
Because I hate that. That's such a cop out when a movie just uses
But it did it how the
These-
original was. No?
okay. So I did get jump scares out of this, but the visuals got me at the same time.
The visuals are disturbing.
So it was the sound. They combined the sound, the movement, all this kind of stuff for these specific scenes that really got me.
Awesome. Was the kid dying as dramatic as it was?
They
in the
switched a
original?
little bit of that stuff around. Certain characters that you thought, who died in the last one, they didn't die that way. They played around a bit. That's what they always do. It doesn't feel fresh
fine.
anyway. I don't really care.
Yeah.
There's no difference between that for
I
me.
wanted to see the kid die.
Well, you'll see a kid die.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
But it's not going to happen the way that
The cat's there again, and you're feeling the same thing
sick.
towards the cat.
Did you guys
Okay.
see it? Do you guys want to see it?
No, I've
Oh,
never...
we're getting ready for the next part of
So
it
last
this year.
year? Yeah.
The next part of it is this year, though.
You saw it though?
Yeah.
Did you
was
see
good.
Moses?
Wait,
was
the
good.
original or
Was it
like
good?
the new one?
Yeah,
The
the
new
new
one.
one.
Oh yeah,
I've seen
it
the
was
old
good.
and the new.
Surprisingly,
Yeah, the
it was
new was
pretty
good.
good. And I give horror movies dude, they usually suck.
Yeah.
But that one was surprisingly
Some of those
good.
Annabelle movies got me.
Really?
The Conjuring ones.
The Conjuring.
Oh, The Conjuring, yes.
Yeah.
But that Annabelle one, the
But
one-
anyway, let me
I
finish.
thought
Let me
that
finish
first-
my
I
Pet
thought that first
Cemetery.
Conjuring
Oh, yeah, yeah,
sucked.
Just real quick with Pet Cemetery. It ends in the same kind of way that you would expect that movie to end. It's a little disappointing ending, but it wasn't. What kind of ending did
But
you
what
want?
makes a good horror ending?
Yeah, what did you want from that movie?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's true.
But yeah, I mean, all three of these movies I reviewed are definitely
The wife ending.
they're,
That's what
they're a movie to watch at least once, or
Okay.
in the case of Us or Pet Cemetery, that's a good one to watch if you've got a first time date at your house and you guys want to turn off the lights and watch a movie.
That's a good date night movie.
But I can't tell you the last time I watched a horror movie.
It's not a Netflix and chill kind of movie, though.
Anyone ever see Annihilation? I've been meaning to watch Annihilation.
I did. That was great.
What is that movie?
I like that movie.
Annihilation was just kind of weird.
That's what I heard.
I liked that it was weird. It was just
about Hereditary. Everyone said Hereditary was kind of disturbing.
Which one's Hereditary?
One.
No,
Yeah, that's deep right there. I don't know that one. What's Annihilation?
Annihilation is the one with that chick that what's her name?
No spoilers.
From
Natalie
Vendetta?
Portman.
From
Natalie
Portman. Yeah.
Essentially, there's just this big bubble over a huge terrain of Earth land
and it keeps growing.
Keeps people go in, they don't come
like
out.
Alien or something like that? Or?
I think it's an alien on a level that
you go in and it kind of changes your DNA. Well, at least that's what they start seeing. That I'm just
don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean,
we're the trailer.
The trailer showed that
asshole.
the trailer showed that people were turning into trees over there.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it was
yeah.
weird stuff.
But you'll see that it's not just that.
Okay, I just got put on like Amazon.
It's a huge.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
Yeah,
watch it, man!
Yeah.
You're in for a treat. That's a good movie.
That and It are on the list, but
You're in for.
I have
two
to
good
watch
movies.
them when my girlfriend's not around.
She doesn't watch like.
I personally
Oh yeah,
think,
she won't like.
I think you'll like it more than you like Annihilation for sure.
No, really?
Yeah.
Because Annihilation, like I like the director, the one who did Ex Machina.
I think you
He's
might
the guy
like.
who wrote like.
I think you're gonna be fine, man. But
Yeah.
then when you get to the end of Annihilation, you're just gonna go like, "What the fuck?" And then
Yeah, the end of Annihilation was questionable, but not too questionable. You know, it's like borderline.
I feel like the end of that movie makes you review the whole movie and make you ask why you watched it.
Yeah, some parts. Yes, I guess I can agree with that.
Nothing worse than when
But
the
it's
movie
good.
does itself. With
It's
its
good.
ending, you know.
Yeah. I don't like when I sit back and kind of go like, why did I even watch that?
It's worth the watch, though.
Yeah, you take the trip.
Yeah, take the trip. You know, you bought the ticket, take the ride.
Oh, Mr. Who's that fucking guy for the Johnny Depp?
Yes. Fear and Loathing, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I did shrooms because of that.
Wait, was that the only
No,
movie review?
you know, I had another one. It's kind of
Only
weird.
I did 3.
Yeah, I did. I saw Dumbo on Friday.
Oh, Tim Burton, huh? I'm sure that was good.
Did Tim Burton do good?
It was a good Disney movie. It wasn't a Tim Burton movie. It really wasn't. Tim Burton directed it, but it did not
Well, he
feel.
only makes Disney movies now.
It's just is that
Does
what
he?
Yeah.
What was the last Disney movie he made? Like recently?
Alice? No, I'm sorry.
Alice in Wonderland.
Was he directing that? Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess I can see that.
Yeah, it's very paint by numbers. I mean,
Was the mouse in it?
the mouse had a cameo, but there wasn't the driving. They replaced the mouse with kids
Pass.
being the characters that motivate him. Danny Elfman, of course, is back at doing the music, but you don't hear his music. Like his music really doesn't stick out. I mean, it's music. It's fine. It's a score, but it's not what I'm used to from Danny Elfman.
Well, you don't have the crows singing?
It's because these directors and composers aren't young and hungry and creative anymore, man.
Wait, animals don't
It's all a
talk.
paycheck, right? In this one,
They don't talk, right?
No, the
Like,
animals do not. No,
It's
no.
all human based. Like
human
art
base,
perception.
and I mean they have Dumbo, of course, and Dumbo just the same with like an anime movie and it is with the live action thing. It's the Dumbo looks too cute to be seen as a freak, but we're all to believe that. The humans are great, awesome acting by Danny DeVito. He just hits a home run.
Isn't Colin Farrell like the main guy?
He's the main, he's the protagonist, but DeVito's like the ringmaster of the whole circus, and so you see he gets a lot of screen time, and he's like great in it.
Wow.
He really
Yeah,
is.
Danny DeVito's hung on to it for a long time.
Yeah,
He's still
yeah.
pretty like sharp, huh? Like he's still
Oh, yeah,
like,
he
with
is.
it. Yeah.
he is not. He's not off at all.
Always
he's
Sunny in
misery.
Philadelphia just
great.
shows his.
Yeah.
Like,
What's even great is seeing the interaction between him and Michael Keaton. Now, Michael Keaton is like the antagonist. He comes off.
Did you get Batman Returns flashbacks?
I was back in my head. I was thinking
Yeah.
about like how much time has passed since their last like collaboration, but I was watching Keaton and he's playing this snobbish, millionaire guy, and he has a kind of an accent, and the accent's supposed to be fake. It's a facade, So he drops it later on, but then he drops it completely. You know how you would go back and forth with the public. You get the facade, and then you get the scummy part and with like in the inside. No, he just kind of drops it, and it's kind of like
out of the blue.
Out of the blue, yeah. Yeah, so that kind of was throwing off.
When characters don't stay consistent.
It's weird. I didn't expect that from Keaton, but I guess that's direction, right?
Yeah. No such thing as bad actors, man. Just bad directors.
Just bad directors, exactly. And I don't blame too much Burden, because I feel more like he's been just being coached by Disney producers, telling him, this is how we want you to do it. This is how, And there's nothing sticks out, even because it's a circus, Nothing weird or obscure about the circus, really.
Wait, was there anything weird?
What's the point of even getting Tim Burton to make that movie?
There is no.
Can I interject real quick?
Sure.
No, it's a clever project.
What's the fucking point in any of these? All
Like
these
the
live
Disney
action
remake, like the
Disney
Aladdin.
remakes in the last
Aladdin's,
couple
weird.
years.
Yeah.
Aladdin, Dumbo, Beauty and the Beast,
Lion King, which is
coming
just
out
the
with the
CGI.
CGI.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we gonna have real
Live
lion
action.
actors?
Yeah.
Who'd they get to play Pumbaa? Oh, well, that's Mikey Warhog. I love him, dude. Great actor from South Africa.
Well, I'm surprised. No, what I'm surprised about that movie is that they didn't get the entire original cast to do that movie. They got Seth Rogen and I think some other dude to do Timon and Pumbaa. And I'm just like, aren't the other guys alive?
Probably not.
No, they're going to drag out James Earl Jones's corpse to be a less energetic Mufasa.
So true.
Wait,
so true.
He is the Mufasa,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's Mufasa, and so
He didn't sound so.
We've heard it
energetic as
before, and we've said it before. There's money to be had.
that's really the point.
That's it. There's
It's
no
kinda
artistic integrity, really.
Kind of like tired Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Yeah, I like that the Burton did do a little jab in the middle where they're actually selling actual Dumbo merchandise in the whole thing, and during one of the scenes, and I'm like, I think he did it twice actually, and I thought that was kind of funny because that's really what Disney's doing anyways.
I'm sure he protested it a lot when he was cashing that paycheck.
Yeah, this is how he does it, right? There is one week I also brought it up earlier in the message board. There's Alan Arkin's in it. I didn't expect
Alan Arkin's great.
He is. He's a national treasure. I really like him. And seeing him and Danny DeVito chop it up in the scene, it's really cool because they have that kind of they have that inflection. And then Keaton on there too. They're all three of them sitting down in one scene. I'm just like,
oh, that's a great scene.
That's a great scene. I'm just like, but I see that more because I guess as they're getting older and I'm getting older, I appreciate that we get those moments. So there's a moment for that.
Well, let's not brush over why you appreciate things like that.
They're great actors. They have a body of work. They've spent decades. And
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
most of our childhood, man.
Yeah.
You ready for the last part of that? Because the actors nowadays just aren't as good or memorable or nuanced as actors like that.
That's true.
Except for DeVito. DeVito's on spot. But no, we're talking about actors now. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You're talking because I was going back to the James Earl Jones comment. I was thinking actors now are not that spot on. But you're right. Actors today, they're not recognizable names. The ones we were raised with. It's not just because we were raised with them, but also because a generation before us knew them.
I felt like they kind of picked real people.
Yeah.
Like people who had character and who felt like
That's true.
They could be your average Joe.
They're not all Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and Chris whoever. Chris. I don't know how many fucking Chris's there are. But, that's where I take issue. Everyone kind of looks
Michael
the same,
Keaton
has the same body.
Wouldn't make it today.
No. A lot of people wouldn't.
They would just be called character actors.
You know where Danny DeVito would be? He probably would have gotten a part in a movie like Pineapple Express. That's it. We wouldn't have seen him in anything else.
Yeah, we just want idiot actors.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have had any focus on him whatsoever.
The only way you can make a movie or make it now by not being like Chris Hemsworth is if you're really funny, and if you're in a Judd Apatow movie.
And just because you have that,
but that's the thing is that you have to be funny.
And attractive.
We don't put real people in anything anymore.
And all these actors before have a physical facial distinction.
They do.
A lot of these actors now have they're plug and play. You could just throw one in to replace the other. They don't have value the same way as the actors of old.
Well,
do.
you know what though, maybe it's a little unfair because I've recently seen the most ugly fucking guy I've ever seen in a movie ever.
Who?
And he's made millions off of that.
Well,
And he's so fucking ugly. I just don't get it.
But there's not that many.
The guy who plays Kylo Ren.
Hey, you're right.
Driver. I think that guy's actually a good actor, though.
That guy's deformed, though.
And some
like-
girls,
I feel like he would have
disagree with you.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's on a fucking movie.
Yeah, because he's a...
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
You
People
put me
fuck
on the
Danny
big
DeVito.
screen, and I'll have lines of bitches all around.
Exactly, and he could have been the guy who's
And
just
I could've
handing out the
been-
toilet paper at a porta
Exactly.
potty.
Yeah.
I could have just been playing a
No, I won't.
freaking tree.
There is no debate on that. I
It's true.
feel.
They
I feel
just-
like once you have that notoriety, like it just doesn't matter anymore.
Jack Nicholson just turned 82, like the other day.
Holy
And I
shit.
think about I'm thinking about his
He's so
face.
fat now, he doesn't care.
Yeah, he
doesn't
doesn't
shit no
care.
more.
Come on, man. He
He's a
doesn't
big
care.
chap. But I mean, I just think about his face.
It's
I
like
think
Val
about
Kilmer.
throughout the decades. I feel like they're not the handsomest looking people. They have a distinct face.
Yeah, they do.
But they have presence. They have,
They have presence.
gravitas.
Yes.
However you pronounce the name of that word. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So okay, well, I guess to wrap it up on my review, I give it a C. It's you can go ahead.
Wait, what were you reviewing? Dumbo. Sorry.
I thought you were
we kinda
reviewing
went on a
Danny
tangent.
DeVito.
Yeah.
No, A+.
Oh, you mean kind of? We went on a tangent.
Does anybody know where I can find more Arkin, like in like a hard boiled noir kind of style, other than Gattaca?
You was in Gattaca?
He was in Gattaca. He was the investigator.
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, I wish he would.
He always
pick up
like
roles
owns
like that.
all his scenes though.
Yes.
Even in, you ever see Argo?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But
He was good in that. Him
yeah.
and John Goodman. They're both producers and they're on screen at the same time.
see, that's the thing. That's the similarity he had with DeVito. They chew up the scene. They're really good at
Yeah.
holding court on that. Good. Well,
You ever notice these old actors always show up, these young actors, every single time?
Every single time. Yeah, that's true.
Who's like the go-to actor now that's like still like in their prime and has like time left and isn't like 50?
Johnny Depp.
Robert Downey Jr.
Johnny
Yeah,
Depp's
he's
like
like
80.
50 already.
He is? Shit.
Robert Downey Jr. is probably 50 already too.
probably
No.
is.
Who's the generation after this?
What a guy who came back though, Robert Downey. Good on you, mate.
What about Hugh Jackman?
He's
Dude,
good.
Jackson's
He's kind of
pretty
on his
old.
way out, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's already like 50 something.
Once you give up Wolverine, what are you gonna do?
But he's good.
Like,
He's a
no.
good-
So you're still talking about the same
So are we talking
generation.
about somebody
we
who's
still-
like
You're
here
still talking about
now?
the generation. Yeah, I'm talking about
Like
someone
us?
that's like bankable like now.
Like
Like
someone
alright,
who grew
no,
up
like
with
someone
us
in
and
their
became
40s,
an actor?
someone that's in their
40?
40s,
mid-40s, late
Who?
30s.
Who does anything
I don't know,
good?
Michael Fassbender,
Fassbender, yeah.
James
McAvoy.
McAvoy. I'm just going off.
Cumber-
See, now
Or-
with
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch is
But I don't know. You know what? He's kind of the same thing every time he plays too. But that's not such a bad thing.
No, he's good.
Well, Michael Keaton's the same thing all the time. You know
Michael
what I mean?
Keaton
Like,
is the same
it's-
thing.
Yeah,
It's the same.
It's
I don't
fine.
know. Like they get this acting ability that they wield like their Excalibur, and then they do it the rest of their career.
You see, I can name
What
some-
is a fucking actor anymore?
I can just you read your
Make
scripts
them
and you go,
laugh, make them cry.
They become a character that people love.
What about
That's all you do.
Robin Williams?
yeah,
Huh?
but he's-
Robin Williams used to make me laugh and cry, and
That dude, man, sad loss. Man.
Bill Murray has a bit of that, but he's a little dry the
You
whole
see,
time.
when we're naming people who have character, you can make caricatures of them. You know, because they have their personalities are so distinct. You know, are
Yeah.
their public personalities.
Yeah,
are
like
so,
Thomas said too, gravitas, and then
Right.
they have a distinct look to
Like John
themselves.
Candy, if he was still alive.
Oh man, I miss John.
Oh,
Candy
yeah, that
every
guy
day.
was a big loss, man. He could have been big now. Like,
But to answer your question though of who now, I can't name them. I'm
Yeah,
not,
you
but
can't.
I mentioned this last time. I have a real big problem with names.
Oh yeah.
The names of actors I could care less. It's the same with bands. I don't know the fucking names of the people. Who playing them.
But you know how, like, in those
Yeah,
movies,
me too.
like, when you see one of the older guys that we mentioned, when you see him in the movie, you're like, all right, I'm in. You know, like...
Yeah, John Goodman, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you got me in every time.
Yeah.
But there's not anybody past that generation where, like, if they're in a movie, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like,
I
what
trust,
that dude
I
from
trust the
300?
movie.
What's his name?
Or I trust the
Gerard-
show.
Gerard Butler?
I like
Yeah.
his movies.
What about Michael B. Jordan?
Michael Jordan's
Who's
son.
that?
The bad guy from Black Panther.
And he's with Creed too.
Oh, that
My
guy.
answer is no.
Yeah.
No, right? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna just.
He
I
seems
haven't
so
watched.
old.
I haven't watched the Creed movie.
That Black Panther guy is pretty good, though.
I like him.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like him as
Yeah,
an actor.
they-
But
that's
you know
true.
what? I have a bias. I really like the
Costume.
the acting from people who are supposed to be playing like African
Oh yeah, yeah.
stuff.
You know, I
It's pretty
did not
good.
realize
I have a
until like
predilection
2
to
weeks
that.
ago that the girl who's Michonne in Walking Dead was
Is the
Is the
guard?
chick,
yeah.
Oh,
I
she
did
is.
not know that. Yeah.
And she's
Oh,
always
wow.
bald. Like she's originally
Yeah.
like just shaved head.
The thing
Cool.
with me too is that, like I kind of like African culture too, like that. So
I like when it's embraced. I like.
I think the guy who leads the mountain people or whatever in Black Panther, he's like one of the cooler characters in that.
he is badass. I like
Yeah.
him. I like his whole fucking fist on chest. Yeah.
That was a good movie. That was a good movie.
I like that.
Speaking of which, hey, happy Avengers week, guys. The Endgame is here.
Holy
Yeah.
God, guys, we are gonna be seeing that
We're
real
here.
soon.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
will. In fact, I'm thinking about winning those tickets.
Let's
You may win
let's
by
get
def-
early. By the way, I'm going radio silent since I'm not able to watch it on Thursday. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to watch it while I'm in Maui. So if you get like the what do you call it?
You can see a theater and go to a theater in
They
Maui.
don't have any IMAX theaters there.
what?
This guy wants to do like.
So
Come on, man.
what?
I find
watch
it
your
interesting
regular
that
shit.
people react this way.
No, no,
Okay?
no,
'Cause
no,
you
no.
guys
Listen,
aren't the first
listen
ones to
here.
react this way when I say this.
Listen here, buddy.
But
Dude,
like,
watch
okay,
it.
I'll listen to you and then I'll.
No. Do you want to go first or should I go first?
No, you go first. Go ahead.
Okay, so I had to see a couple movies that I had been wanting to see for a while in Israel.
Yeah.
Let me give you a fucking breakdown of what the theater was like over there.
Israel.
It was so small. The screens are so small, all that kind of stuff.
Really?
The sound was intense. Insanely intense. And you know what they do halfway through the movie? They cut the whole movie off.
Just like that.
For smoke breaks and intermission.
Oh, really?
I think that's great.
There's
I think movies
it's nice.
need intermissions.
That was nice.
They do.
But here's the thing: they give you no warning. It hits the middle mark, and it's like. For a second, I was like, "Fuck's happening?"
I
here?"
know there's a fire. We're
And
being
then
attacked by
I
like
was
little...
telling my cousin, I was like, "What's happening here?" And she's like, "Oh, they take like a 5 to 10 minute break." I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go have a cigarette."
Hey, don't they do that in Mexico?
Yeah,
Like Sinopolis, yeah. I
Yeah,
think I
they
went
do
there,
that.
watched them.
Well, because how
live
do
there.
they expect you to sell you like a 64-ounce drink and like all that popcorn in a 3-hour movie?
That's true.
And you're just supposed to like miss like 5
Yeah,
minutes of the movie.
no, you are in America supposed to miss that movie so that you can come back and buy another ticket
Oh,
to
good
see it
point,
again
good
later.
point.
You're right.
That's America. You know what? That kind of fucking points out everything about this country. We used to have that. We were the ones who created intermission.
Yeah.
If you watch the DVD or DVD, Jesus
America
Christ.
created
If
it.
you
So
buy,
funny.
if you watch any version, don't quote me on this because I don't own every version. But if you watch any version of 2001: Space Odyssey, that intermission scene is like built into the movie.
Yeah.
There's
No
like
way, really?
Yeah, there's an intermission like halfway through where it just plays like space sounds, which is badass.
Intermission.
And you go to the bathroom, you go get concessions, you go do your thing because that movie's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
See,
right.
that's-
It's when,
Intermission's
it's when
a big
Hell's like
fucking
reading.
deal.
It's like when Hell's like reading the lips and like going to camera.
But-
goes, like, back and
okay.
forth.
See, but
Yeah, and then-
if we do it now, though, what happens? Oh, well, you know what? If we do this, maybe they missed this part. They didn't have the movie experience that they wanted. They come back and they buy another ticket. Also, if we do put that intermission in here, we have to move this movie back this way over here, and that's not going to work for our time schedule. So that's no good. No good. Fuck the consumer. We want more from them. So
It
play it all
does
the way
mean
through.
less
Oh,
movies.
you had to pee? Oh, you're someone with a chronic disease of some sort where you have to get up and go, like, empty your bladder all the time? Or if you're like me, you have the bladder
And
the
you're
size
just
of a
well
freaking
hydrated.
quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a big thing. I drink what? Like, up to 90 ounces of water a day? I have to piss, like, 6 times, man.
gotta
like, 6
drink
or
a
7.
gallon a day.
In
Yeah.
a minute.
Our age, guys, we got to be drinking a gallon a day.
And that's another
what it
thing.
is?
Water will solve 70% of the fucking things that are wrong with
Most
you.
of the time when something's wrong, it's because you're
It's you're
dehydrated.
dehydrated.
Yeah.
That's
Well
crazy.
said.
Anyway, to go to your point, okay, look, I understand that. Like, you want to see the story, like, that stuff's not important, but here's the thing. That stuff's important to me. Because we have waited...
You're a cinephile.
Yeah, a little bit. That's one thing I haven't lost.
He
Although
needs his cinema to have
I
big
will
tits,
say-
fucking giant ass. He needs to be up in his face. There needs to be 2 more girls on the side just rubbing nipples in his ears. That's the only way he can get off.
IMAX.
Look, you guys know me.
Clear.
Right? Like, there is part of me that has...
Yeah, I
like,
know.
that-
And I think I painted a perfect portrait.
You did. There's that showman mentality where, like, I need to see everything in the best format possible, especially if it's a movie that we've been waiting for 11 years. You know what I mean? Since, like, Iron Man came out and they talk about the S.H.I.E.L.D. initiative, or Avengers initiative, and this is, like, the culmination of, like, all the movies, like, big releases. Like, I want to see it on the biggest canvas, like, the best, like, venue, like, possible.
Is that the
you
same
know?
at home? Like,
So-
do you have that Netflix
so
UK
here's-
Ultra?
No, so that's
HD.
funny because once I miss it in the theater, like if I'm looking forward to it, I'll go see it in the theater.
Okay.
If I've like missed it and it comes to Netflix or like even Amazon, you have to pay to rent it or Redbox or whatever. I'm definitely not as. I'll watch it without surround sound. I don't care at that point. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like, it's getting to the point now where I'm kind of tired of going to the theater. Like, I'm tired of people. Like, I hate the crowds.
Huh.
I hate
Well,
when,
can I
I hate when people like cheer or like clap during a movie.
Yeah,
It's
can I-
like they can't hear you. Like,
can
we're
I
not at a
interject?
sporting event. You know what I mean?
May I interject again? I'm also tired of that, but I'm a frequent moviegoer. And I'm a weirdo, though. In the sense that, you know, I've had people I tell that I go see these movies alone. You know, like at 10 at night or 11 at night. That's a little strange, isn't it?
Nothing strange about
And I'll be
that.
like, what are you talking about? I have a whole theater that belongs to me. I might be sharing it with one other person, but that person is the weirdo. Because I pick the middle of the theater to enjoy my movie,
And they
that
sit
guy
over in
sits
the corner.
front. Like in the front. That's the weirdo. I'm the same person.
Yeah, that's
because
the
I want to
odd
feel
thing,
like
yeah.
I own the movie, and I do. I go in
Smoke
there.
a cigar like Sideshow
Dude,
Bob.
I take my vape. Yeah, I take my vape in there. I'm smoking. I got my phone on because it doesn't matter. People messaging me, "How's the movie?" "Oh, it's going good. I like it. Check out this theater." "Fuck you. Where are you going tomorrow? Work?"
I envy you because
I think those are perfect movie watching conditions.
yeah,
They're
they really
amazing.
are.
No laughing. Dude, I left a movie because of one lady who was 10 rows down from me. It was not a packed theater, but a 75% populated.
Okay.
One lady, I could hear her laugh, and over time, that laugh became louder and louder and louder
jeez.
to me.
Got
I'll tell you,
comfortable.
can I tell you
Got
how
comfortable.
jaded I am with people laughing in movies? It'll be to the point where like a part in a movie was actually genuinely funny, and if I go to kind of like express that I thought that was humorous, but then someone is over the top with their laugh, I won't think that
It's
part
done.
of the movie's
It's
funny
done.
anymore. Yeah, like, oh, you know what?
I have a funny story.
Buzzkill.
I have a funny story about a little movie watch venture.
Okay.
Thomas and I had gone to see District 9 together back in the day. You remember that
yeah,
experience?
yeah.
Dude, okay, so the parts people were laughing at, that's not the parts Thomas and I were laughing at. The wacky ass parts, like some guy just randomly getting hit by a sound wave and knocked through a tent or something.
Yeah.
I was exploding with laughter.
Or
Like,
even just the people that randomly got like exploded by
Yeah,
like, the
and it like somebody would turn to mush, and I'd be like, ha ha! Like I couldn't help it. It's funny to me. I
Did-
love that
did
stuff.
you
It's
get-
not real.
Did you
Oh,
get
man.
people turning around,
Me and-
looking at you?
Yeah.
Me and Moses have the best times at movies.
We had a good one. 13 Assassins. We went and saw that movie.
Yeah, we were into it though.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a great movie. We were really into that movie.
Well, I remember watching District 9, and as soon as he jumps in the ship to like take off, remember we were both like, "Where the fuck is he going? like, what is he
I was
doing?"
like, where are you fucking going, buddy?
I think one of my favorite ones is in Rogue One when they ram the ship into the Star Destroyer, and the Star Destroyer hits like the shield thing. But then you know how the music starts like
Yeah.
playing like it's like a wind. No, it's like a wind down kind of thing. And Moses is like, "Oh, they're doing one of these." When you've seen so many movies and you're able to call like what the like technique is, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is pretty
Because
funny.
everybody starts winding down, you know things are gonna go like right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh,
You know,
they're
maybe
doing
that's
this.
why. People in Hollywood just don't care. They become so, Like, it's just a freaking job now. That it's just like, fuck it, let's just sell this shit.
I miss
That's why I give praise.
It's because all that comes out
things
is
like Captive State and Us.
Yeah, because you still need movies to kind of like explore
some
things.
ground.
Like
you need
Arrival.
to change.
Did you see Arrival? Arrival was good.
Arrival was a very interesting movie.
Yeah, I like that one.
It was fun to wrap your head around the core concept of what was going on in that movie.
It was.
You know, movie I saw that I thought was pretty good, and it took me a while to watch it. But it's like a military movie. I don't know if you guys are gonna agree with me. But I finally saw that Hurt Locker movie. I thought that movie was actually pretty good.
I've never seen Hurt Locker.
Yeah, Zero Dark 30 was fucking shit though. And I only say that because it was the same. Director,
I don't know, man. I have a lot of trouble watching anything after the Vietnam movies.
What was that movie with John Krasinski that came out?
That propaganda movie about. What's the Hillary Clinton?
Benghazi. Yeah.
I didn't see that. I gotta take that guy seriously in a serious movie. That's like every time I see him, I'm like, oh, it's Jim from The Office.
Jim from The Office, yeah.
Like, come on, let's get real.
He's Jack Ryan now.
Was it?
I think that was a show. Was Band of Brothers a show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no.
What's the one you're thinking about?
12 Patriots, or I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Is it the Mel Gibson movie?
That movie, the one you guys are talking about.
It's a Benghazi movie.
That's all. It's like, I think it was
12 hours.
Like
12. Something hours.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, 13 hours or something like that.
Yeah, and all the soldiers died.
It was a really
spoilers, asshole, for that true story.
Oh yeah, well,
That's a true story. Yeah.
Right?
Black Hawk Down, dude.
Oh, that was an intense one. That was
overrated.
Hey, that one had the guy from Game of Thrones.
It was on the other day.
I don't feel like that movie's that good. Like, I don't know why people hold it in such high esteem. It's kind of wacky, like, to me.
Was it Ridley or Tony Scott?
No, it's Ridley.
It's Ridley Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
They use the same filter, don't
Maybe
they?
it's just like Josh Hartnett. Maybe as soon as I said... They had like a lot of weird actor choices. There's probably that weird guy in there that was like, how he goes deaf or whatever. Like, I can't take that guy seriously.
Well, remember they did that run where they kept trying these actors out on people and it didn't work.
So like Josh Hartnett, right?
Yeah, they make a mark in
Sam
something.
Sam Worthington, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, he was good in Black Hawk Down, but after that, nobody wants to cast him for anything.
Yeah. Kind of like John Cena.
Dun, 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 dun.
Nobody can buy that guy, seriously.
Dun, dun,
Did you guys see him in that soldier movie where he like pretended to be dead for like the whole movie? And then he tried to take a shot and he got
that Bumblebee movie. Anyone see Bumblebee?
I haven't seen it. How's the...
I'm trying to figure out why everyone said this movie was good.
Were they better looking, at least?
All the Transformers,
the character designs for the Autobots.
It's the same.
The same?
Yeah.
Oh God, fuck
They've
that.
all been garbage to me. Every one of those.
every single Transformer movie has been garbage. Maybe the first time
so bad in
because
fact
of the
that I feel
graphics,
like the best one was like the first one.
Only because the graphics like blew you away, but then after
was
that,
it Dark of the Moon?
Or is it only because of what's her name's short pants?
Oscar, graphics don't do it for me. If it's
you
in a
just
movie
said you
or
need
in a
to
video
watch
game,
it in IMAX.
No, I know. That's
He's talking
because I
about
want
the movie
big,
experience, not the
Which
content of the movie.
So you can watch stick figures in IMAX as long as it has a good.
You know
If
what?
it
If
has
it
a
was
compelling
presented,
story,
if it was presented.
If it had characters, look,
Thomas, you want to play games, motherfucker?
I feel like those stick death sketches had more character
Oh, you
building
remember those?
than most of the movies that come out nowadays.
Hell yeah, I'm the one that you wanted. Hell yeah, I'm a super beast.
I love that. That site's down now.
Well, you can catch them on
I
YouTube
saw
anyway.
YouTube.
I'm gonna try.
You can YouTube those.
Look, I'll watch anything. Look, I'm old-fashioned, Oscar. If you give me interesting characters doing compelling things, I'm in.
What are you talking
The
about?
plot doesn't even have to be like crazy. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could be simple. But if I care about the characters, that movie's gonna be good to me.
God, when's the last time I've seen a good team up?
Team up, huh?
I guess we have the right one. Where everyone is you have your characters, your set characters.
Hey, speaking of movies, guys,
Avengers.
I got a message right now.
You're right.
I got a message from Chris, and he just watched Glass.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Did I
he
review
didn't get a
compel
chance to
him?
see it.
Did I
But
review
here's one of the lines.
Let's see.
Where was the epic fucking fight scene?
It is. Yeah, that's how
so
it goes.
He said it was ugly, the ending was bullshit, and where was the epic fighting scene? At the very least, he says at the very least they could have given us a fucking epic fight scene.
Amen.
At least.
And I don't disagree.
You have been so hurt. I just remember that bullshit.
How can I trust you?
Oh,
Fuck that movie.
good.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys for saying people should go watch it.
Hey, you know what? We thought it was
Closure.
great
We
for a
need
while, but now
closure.
thinking back, I'm like, I just wasted my life.
It's weird because some of us didn't think that.
You thought that. You're like, it's all right.
Oscar.
It was all right.
Oh,
That's what you said.
I did not.
That
Michael,
night.
Please,
That
No,
night,
no,
that's
no,
what
no.
you said.
Michael,
He
please
was-
refresh his memory.
He was shitting on that movie from
He was
the
not.
get-go. He
Moses,
did not like.
You
please
said you
refresh
could.
this man's
You
memory.
said you couldn't hate it,
Agree, Thomas.
but you couldn't love it.
I don't
But
really
now you hate
remember what you guys said because I was kind of in a self-reflective.
Thomas
Made me reflect.
I was
My
trying to
whole
figure
life.
out how I felt about
Let
it.
the record show that I hated that movie.
yes.
Read the
Now
that I
minutes.
saw
Read
it.
the minutes back to me. This is a
Now.
court of law, and you're making a
I
mockery
have
of it.
text messages, asshole.
You don't
I'll
have
send them to you.
We're gonna take this to litigation.
You can't. All right, I have your number blocked.
It's fair enough.
That is fair.
You guys see this trailer for Godzilla King of the Monsters?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I'm
there.
happy about that.
Question. In a trailer, when you say one king to rule them all,
Yeah.
Oh man.
aren't you kind of skirting the line a little bit?
Maybe a bit.
Are you
really-
allowed to say that? You change one letter.
Yeah. Oh, because it's King of the Monsters, and then you're gonna take the K and the
Lord of the Rings.
Oh Jesus! No, that did kind of suck. But no, I mean overall.
Was it like a TV director that made it? You notice they got all the actors from every single like TV show that's like popular at the time they were filming it.
I didn't like that.
Which have all since been canceled.
Like Tywin Lannister's in it. The dad coach from Friday Night Lights is
Yeah.
in it. 11 from Stranger Things is in it.
Yeah.
Who else? The guy from Get Out, I think. That's the guy from Get Out.
The only one I cared about was Ken Watanabe.
The only like holdover from the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean the visual of seeing
You're
the
a big
monsters.
Godzilla fan?
I'm not as like you. I remember talking. We used to talk middle school, high school. You used to watch them from like the Raymond Burr. No, you probably saw the original right without the Raymond Burr
I
edit.
saw the old ones up until like the mid '90s.
So you're watching like the
mid-90s.
Power Rangers style fighting, like
The
the guy
kaiju
in a
battles?
costume.
Oh, it's awesome, man.
They were cool.
I used to watch all the old ones too.
I like
Gamera, what was the one from Planet X?
Cardboard buildings going down.
You remember the Gamera movie? I feel like there's one. There's a few movies, but I feel like there's one that everybody saw. And sometimes I'll think back on how, like, horrible, and I don't mean, like, in a quality way. I mean, like, in a, like, sadistic kind of way. Because there's, like, a scene in a Gamera movie where these, like, two monsters fight each other. And one of these monsters has, like, a knife face and, like, knife-like hands.
Yeah,
And he fights this one, like, bird monster, and then when the bird monster's on the ground, he, like, systematically, like, starts
Chops off
slicing,
things, yeah.
like, the bird monster, like, piece by piece.
Wasn't that Rodan?
No.
Wasn't it
no,
Rodan
no,
who got chopped
no,
up?
because Godzilla and Ghidorah are different, not Ghidorah, Gamera are two different companies. So they I'm not sure if they ever met in anything later, because Toho might have bought, like, Gamera later, but sometimes I think about that scene and it, like, fucks me up. I'm serious. Like,
It
think
sounds
about
pretty
think
graphic.
about what, like, that, like, monster is, like, feeling. Like,
Is
the
this,
thing
like,
is getting, like, and that one knife monster is just kind of like
Chopping him up,
fake-
baby.
yeah, like, instead of just
Mr.
going
Leg.
for the head, he, like,
Didn't he
chops
have
him, like,
bladed
chops-
arms, and then
Yeah.
he had like a bladed hook thing on his nose,
Yeah.
and then he had two things coming from his
Is the
shoulders?
thing screaming while it's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Oh,
in pain.
God.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm just
God!
saying, it's just like
Yeah.
like it's not. He's not just.
All right, I don't want to think about it anymore.
That's
but
pretty
like,
weird.
I was like a kid when I watched that.
Yeah.
But anyway, fuck that. Makes you grow up faster.
Builds character.
Cruelties of war.
No, but
Yeah, I like how that probably fucked him up, that scene from the Godzilla thing, and then he watched Predator with no problem.
Yeah, I know.
It kind of
Like
works
when,
that way, doesn't it?
what's his name? Like Dylan when he loses his arm.
Did you
I just-
did you like Godzilla? Did you like the new one that came
like
out?
the Godzilla parts.
Yeah, it was. But you like the design, huh? Way better than
He's okay.
90.
He's okay. And I mean, if you compare him to like the Matthew Broderick one, like, well,
Right.
yeah, of course I like it better. But
Huge
I mean, I don't know.
improvement.
Godzilla looks kind of fat.
What's the last
Oh man,
Japanese
Godzilla, you're looking kind of fat, buddy.
What's the last Japanese Godzilla film you've seen?
Been on a break.
Because Shin Godzilla came out a few years ago, and
I wanted
that
to
was
watch that one. That one looked weird.
That was it's very political in the beginning. It's kind of a
That's what I
commentary
hear.
about the bureaucracy.
Well,
he's
about
running
their
for
response to like the tsunami and everything, right?
Yeah,
Trumpzilla.
about the crisis.
Trying
But
to build
it's-
a wall.
But it does play homage to the original. I don't know if I should spoil it, but I mean, and no, it's not really a big spoiler because it happens early on. You know, remember the eels in the first movie?
The very first Godzilla.
First movie, yeah. That actually becomes Godzilla. It's a mutation, the radiation, and it grows and it grows arms and everything. It's like hyper evolution.
Isn't all the radiation stuff from just France?
Yeah,
the
like
French testing on the Galapagos or something?
Yeah.
That's where
that was the
Godzilla was
only.
created.
Yeah, I was like wondering, like, how much
I don't
radiation did they frickin' like release?
So I don't get it. Like, is Godzilla a mutation?
No,
from
no,
that?
well,
Or
you know
no,
what? Sometimes he's a
no,
mutation.
Traditionally, it's like him getting waken up. Though,
He's woken up
Yeah,
by the
yeah,
nuclear test
tradition.
blast.
Right.
And I blame France for that. Those
Well, you
frogs.
should.
That's fair.
It's always fun.
But didn't the American Godzilla, the '97 one, kind of imply that it was like iguanas that got like mutated or something like
Which
that?
was also from France and their problem.
And that's why they gave us Gene Reno.
Yeah, that's why Gene Reno came. That's why he was. I'm here for the French government. Oh yeah, thank you, ma'am. This is my Elvis impersonation. Remember when he did that? I watched a lot of Elvis movies.
I like what they're doing so far with this
Look,
new stuff.
That guy was in The Professional, so he can do no wrong.
He was in Onimusha
Ever.
3 too.
And Ronin.
Awesome.
Good movie, Ronin.
Dude, Gene Reno's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want? I emulate my entire style.
I just
after
want
Gene Reno.
movies like The Professional all the time.
Look no further than me, my friend. I am
Gary
Gene Reno.
Oldman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am the
Tom-
professional.
Tom, I feel like you should have implement a rule for Oscar whenever he does his jokes. No women, no kids.
No women, no children.
Blade Runner, no replicants. This isn't the real Oscar.
Anyone see the new Blade Runner?
Yeah, it was
24
stupid.
No.
It was mildly
Did
disappointing.
Oh,
Ford
yeah,
just
it was
did
stupid.
Harrison Ford just
I
phone
feel like
it in?
Dan Harmon kind of killed it for me. He was
Boring.
Like, he was like, just because the movie's not
stupid.
terrible doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah, it was a boring ass movie, and it
Yeah.
was so transparent.
Yeah.
You could just you see where it's going like right off. It's like they try and lead you off with this other shit, and you're just like, please don't insult my intelligence.
Yeah.
So, but back to Godzilla.
Why?
No,
No, because
Why?
I like the world building they're doing. I like Godzilla. I really enjoyed Kong Skull Island.
Okay.
If these monsters are a metaphor for global warming, I swear to God.
Yeah, please don't throw any shit in it, and just let them fight.
It's about the budget.
No, it was good. I really am excited about this movie. May 31st. I'm totally gonna be there to see it.
I feel like they kind of spoiled it though, right?
Seeing all the shots.
Well, I mean, it's called Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Well-
The guy in the trilogy usually, like, literally says they'll follow, like, the alpha and, like, whoever the king is.
Well, I mean, Godzilla always wins. I mean, like, does he ever lose?
Yeah, yeah,
Well, in the Japanese movies, yeah, he,
Yeah.
like, full-on dies in some of them.
yeah.
He full on dies,
Yeah.
but then he comes back. They always come up with a
different
reason.
variation.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
usually
Like,
not the
he's
same Godzilla.
never really dead. You know?
They just kind of reboot it.
It's like
all the
Freddy
time.
Krueger in
Yeah.
Friday the 13th. Jason.
yeah, it's never
You
the
never
same.
die.
It's kind of never the same story with
I-
Godzilla.
I've never seen.
You know what sums up Freddy vs. Jason? If you see it on, what is it on? It's on one of the streaming
Netflix.
services right now.
Yeah.
But it's like a picture of like Freddy looking all goofy and like happy. It's like, oh yeah, that kind of sums up the movie.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of shtick in that movie.
It does.
Yeah.
Look,
I
we
don't want.
finally saw who the superior horror villain was, Michael.
Jason, yeah, I know.
I was a Freddy guy. You were a Jason guy. They finally squared off.
And Jason won.
Jason got his ass kicked.
Jason won.
You saw it. I saw it.
Who was carrying?
Yeah.
Who was
We all
carrying
saw it.
whose head in the end of the movie?
You're still alive.
I know he winked.
That's true. And he lives in your dreams.
Yo, Jason needed some bitch ass side characters to
like Michael,
to beat Freddy.
Michael Myers. Oh yeah, God, what's your name? Shane. F you.
Oh, you see, they're remaking this Child's Play with Mark Hamill doing the voice of Chucky.
Yeah. I like the. What do you guys think about the contemporary kind of reboot there? With like it being
Well, what kid?
Chucky can like go on Wi-Fi.
Right.
It should have been an iPad.
Phones.
It should have been.
Should have just been a freaking internet fucking troll.
Fucking tablet,
Look,
iPad.
just remake Virtuosity.
Yes,
with
exactly.
Russell Crowe and Denzel Washington again. Still just as relevant as it ever was.
So fucking true.
I'm just glad.
Lawnmower Man. Did you guys ever watch that?
You
guys remember Lawnmower
Kevin Bacon,
Man?
right?
That one, dude, that's basically like the beginning of that fucking bullshit.
So that's 2 horror movies he's been in.
You really
Count
want
Friday the 13th.
You really want to fuck your mind up. You watch Eraserhead. You guys ever watched Eraserhead?
It's David Lynch, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go kill yourself. Go kill all your brain cells and watch that movie.
You watched Twin Peaks, yeah?
Yeah, I'm watching the new season now, too.
But you watch all the old ones?
Yep.
Is it worthy of all the hype? I've been thinking of taking it out.
You know, like, I couldn't tell you on an individual basis. I got sucked into it, and, you know, but I like a lot of weird stuff.
I like David Lynch as a person. Have you ever heard that guy talk about anything?
No.
That guy's pretty awesome. I would recommend you look him up.
God,
It's
faggot.
the show is just
Oscar.
I don't know. It got me. I watched all of it. I like it, and I watched the new stuff, and it continued. Just I watch an episode, and I go,
Chief Wiggum.
yeah,
Don't burn the clue. Don't eat.
It's exactly like when Homer was watching it in the episode. He was
and
watching
the horse is
and
dancing
the
with
giant are dancing, and he's like, brilliant. I have no idea what's going on. It really lets you draw your own conclusions, and I guess if you kind of,
For an open
I
mind.
guess
People are all
sometimes you
about
might
it,
be
though.
right.
They
People
are.
all about that show.
They are all things.
Yeah,
David
That guy's
Lynch.
the guy from It's the Mayor in Portlandia, yeah?
Yeah, Agent Cooper is a really cool character, so it's really easy to get into watching it. You might not care about some of the other characters, but I really like him. He's kind of supposed to, I guess, represent like us experiencing
Nice.
all the stuff that's happening. I guess I don't know.
Where can I catch this? If
It's on
want
Netflix, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
Twin
Netflix?
Peaks is on Netflix. The new show was on Showtime.
Okay.
Season 3.
What the fuck? Really?
New show's already on season 3.
That is season 3.
Is it a
Continuation.
Really?
Is it
Of
good?
What happened?
Wait, was it Netflix
or is
the
it
original?
okay?
No,
And they just
it's
jumped
good.
Really?
I'm watching it with one of my friends, and I told him I wouldn't watch more until we could hang out again.
That's cool.
And
Nice.
It's both of
become
us
one
were
of
kind
those
of going
things.
like, dude, we need to freaking see the next episode.
I like that you make it like appointment viewing.
Yeah.
That kind of keeps it fresh, keep it good, so you don't binge it and then just it goes. It just it gets pushed in the back of your head at like a week later.
Well, speaking of shows, anybody up on
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones right
Fuck
now?
yeah.
I'm
me and my brother,
like
actually.
4 seasons behind on Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I wasn't gonna watch it until it's done.
Oh, man, it's
You're not
like-
holding me with
it's-
that shit anymore. I'm tired of it.
It's there now.
It's
Whoa,
Like
wow,
we're there.
20 years
it's all
later.
talking, like everything you wanted to know, they're like, boom, dishing it out. Just
Thanks.
like, just like when you go to Hong Kong and you got all those ones, and you're like tossing them at those titties. Just like that. But except our faces are the titties.
Oscar,
And Game of Thrones is the ones.
what happened to you that you became this way?
Hey, bud.
Why
Hey,
are
bud.
you like this?
Want to talk about it, champ? Just pull up a soda.
You know what my problem is?
I think the last
I
time you
love
watched
too
was when
much.
like Jon Snow got killed, right? Is that when you were like, "Fuck this"?
It wasn't a fuck this. That's the last thing you showed me.
Oh.
Because remember when you
Wait,
showed
you
me...
showed him?
Thomas had showed me that, and he was like, do you care about continuity or any like story progression or that? I was like, I don't fucking care. Just show it to me. I don't care. Show me what happened. So he showed me what happened, but before that, yes, he's like, when's the last time you watched this? I was like, I don't know. I'm like a season or 2 behind even that.
Wow.
I just got fed up of waiting. You can't do that to me.
Well, the show stops pulling that shit. You remember how they were doing like the "I can't believe this person got killed" thing,
Oh, yeah,
like,
the shock.
like the show.
shock value.
The show finally started like
here's some characters
doing
we're gonna
like
follow
a story thing.
Yeah.
And now everything's kind of coming to a point, and there's 4 episodes left.
Yeah.
And we're finally at the point now where this episode's called the Battle of Winterfell, because the fucking Night King and his fucking army are finally there. Like, they're finally, like, fighting against, like, the real, like, humans. And, it's been good.
Yeah,
actually.
It's definitely been...
I feel like I had
a
a lot of, like... I was hesitant with this show, and I had some, like, contempt for, like, a while, you know? And I got over, like, a lot of the stuff I had against it. It's actually developing, like, pretty well.
Definitely.
I will say last season, they kind of moved a little fast. I wasn't a fan of the direction it was going last season, because stuff was just moving too quick.
Because they need to end it.
Yeah, but this season so far, on the first 2 episodes, they've, like, slowed it down again.
Yeah, they did.
And now it's been, like, they're letting, like, the relationships develop, they're letting the conversations happen organically, like, the character building before, like, it gets... Because now it's, like, there's no time left. Like, everything has to, like...
And see, that's why I got to the point where I want to watch it as a whole.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, I was so tired of the pacing and waiting another year to see what was going to happen that it literally dropped all interest.
This season took 2 years.
Yeah, so, you know, either way, it doesn't matter to me because I've been waiting for years already. So it took so long to progress that I was simply like...
When you binge it.
I'll see you later. Yeah, I was like, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
You finish everything you're doing, and then I'll watch you in its entirety. I'm tired of your cliffhangers. I'm tired of waiting on it, and you can't hold my interest as much because when I go through 3 episodes and I feel like nothing fucking happened. Well, you showed me some naked girls and some wieners. I don't give a fuck about.
When you get to season 7.
That's the thing with these guys. The guys like this.
The wieners alone.
The wieners and the tits. Know. They pull them out for these guys.
He pointed at Oscar right now.
The wieners alone.
The wieners and the tits come out, and these guys are like, all right. All right. Yeah.
That's all I hear as the buzz every other week.
Did you see when she was fucking naked in the
Wait,
bathtub?
whoa. Incest scenes, bro. Also.
That stuff's so minor.
Oh, you know what?
It's fucking amazing.
It's a very...
HBO has their quota, all right?
Handicaps
they gotta
on,
show that,
dogs.
but it doesn't... That's not what defines the show.
But is it kind of like a Breaking Bad situation where, like, it's to a point where, like, it gets so rough and so dark and bleak. So bleak to a point where, like, you're almost, like, wanting to tap out because it's just so bleak.
Hell no.
Is there
that's not why I jumped out, for the record.
No.
I love
I guess I'm explaining why I haven't seen it for the record.
Breaking Bad hit like a real world kind of like dark like place. You know what I mean?
That's a lot different than dragons and giants.
Yeah, their backs are against the wall. You know?
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Like this next episode is going to thin out the roster.
Oh yeah,
of characters.
It's gonna be a lot of fucking
Which sucks. Right. I think all the characters that I really like are probably going to not make it past this.
They're not going to be breathing.
Yeah,
which is kind of is the unfortunate. I heard I think most of the characters they're not. There's no like. Sorry for the knight in shining armor. There's no pure protagonist. Everybody has their faults.
Jon Snow would probably be the only guy.
Okay.
But so as a flip side, because there's a lot of characters that started out that were kind of like pieces of shit in the beginning, that now have been like
redeemed.
Yeah, because the apocalypse is coming. Yeah.
So they gotta like.
So you saw hell today, huh? Now you're worried about going to hell.
There's a lot of characters that start out in season 1 where you're like, fuck this guy, and then by the time this season comes around, you're like all about him.
Yeah, you are. And like in the middle like seasons, you kind of like they're building you to that point where you're kind of like seeing him through a different scope. And now in this season, he's like definitely evolved to that point.
The only thing I fear is that a lot of these character arcs are complete now for secondary characters, and this is like the episode where...
No. They die before they complete those arcs. That would be really Games of Thrones-y.
Yeah.
Nothing gets resolved.
Taking a different approach now. I feel like a lot of secondary characters who, for the record, are all of my favorite characters.
Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be a rough week, but anyway.
I love it. It's going to be great.
No spoilers.
And this has also been a rough week for the Flabber Project. I think we've gotten an episode down, guys.
Yeah,
we have. Is there any other final thoughts before we just wrap it up and call it a night?
Sorry. Is that not what we were all thinking?
Someone please have sex with Oscar again.
All right, Oscar, let's go. Let's take it to the shed.
I can't handle another week of this.
His libido's infectious.
That's not the only thing.
Why do you think I'm sporting a mustache now?
You guys will miss me. You'll miss me when you're gone, Thomas.
Wow.
Thomas, I wish you Godspeed in your vacation there. I hope your trip to.
I hope a volcano
Maui.
eats you when you get there.
I hope you
No,
be showered
Holocaust
with
is
tins.
not active anymore.
Oh,
Damn
okay,
it. Well, maybe this one time.
He just spits one out. Lands on his plane.
I am taking a helicopter tour, so maybe it'll.
Oof, now I'm
Crash
legitimately
Freak
scared
is-
for you.
What if Godzilla comes out of that volcano? That'd be something.
One can only hope.
Trumpzilla.
From China comes out.
Guys, if you guys like what you hear, like we said in the beginning, Facebook.
More episodes with no topics.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, this was a review topic.
This was a huge review of just like
Just
stuff that you might have
everything.
missed.
Everything and anything.
We started out with a
Instagram.
video game, and then we did movie
Well, let
show.
me think. Hold on. Did we cover all the reviews? Let me think of some movies that I hated lately.
No, this is gonna take forever.
Let's look back through time at 2016.
Yeah, no,
It's
it's
true. I'll make a list.
Yeah,
I'll cover it
yeah.
next time.
I'll send it to Santa Claus. He'll check it
Bumblebee,
twice.
pass.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You guys know the rest. All right, so for
Win those tickets.
Do they?
yeah,
I know
the
the rest.
contest is back on. I have been convinced. My mind has been changed. So it's going to be up, and hopefully you listen to this podcast.
Oh, wait, real quick. Since it's the end game, guys, I need final predictions. What's going to happen?
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Our favorite characters are not going to be around anymore for the next movies.
Oh yeah. So they're gonna kill off a lot of people.
We'll get Doctor Strange because he only had like one movie so far.
Let's go with concrete final predictions. Who wants to lead it off?
Doctor Strange, his like that whole thing where he was like thinking, "Oh shit, he's gonna come back," because like I don't know, he knew like we only win in one scenario.
Plus, there was
So-
some pretty funky shit with that green
Yeah,
crystal.
giving him the green crystal. Obviously, that must have been the last because he made it too easy.
Why was he doing that little star thing where he pulled it out? It wasn't even in there.
What star thing?
It was in his amulet. Why was he pulling a star, the time gem out of the
You know, the
stars?
Star of David.
Oh, he,
Why
like,
even
sent,
bother?
He sent it to like a different thing, right?
Yeah, but
Like
why
a different
even
dimension.
bother?
Yeah, he had it in the thing.
So I'm a little confused about that part, right?
Because he had to die
because
in
if he
order for that curse to
if
be
there
off.
was one scenario where all that happened, it would have played out exactly how it's played out.
Oh, it
so
did,
far,
yeah.
right?
So it had to be.
But it seemed like they were pretty convinced they could get that gauntlet off, like at that point.
And then you know what? It's really Star-Lord's fault that half the universe was destroyed.
Well, yeah.
People will say that with Thor too, but at the same, I don't hold it against
No,
Thor
you
as
can't
much.
throw that at Thor. He tossed it, bro. It might have
Not
got
in
him in
his
the
head.
head or the something. He thought he had it in the bank, but Chris Pratt was
Yeah,
straight
when-
up pissed off.
When
about his mommy.
when does it going into someone's chest not work? You know what I mean?
When your heart's in your ass, probably that, or in his chin. It could be the case. We don't know. We don't know the anatomy of
The
Thanos.
Titan, yeah.
Don't
We
you
don't know.
feel like if you're Nebula, like maybe this information isn't vital, like at this time?
It definitely.
You know what I
No.
mean? Like you don't have to clarify over Star-Lord that his girl got like killed.
You
know
just
what I mean?
pretend like she's alive until the situation's
Just,
done.
just be quiet.
Yeah,
you
just
don't
shut
have to
up.
pretend anything. Don't say
Just
anything.
shut up.
Don't fucking rock the boat right now. We're
Like,
trying
Kind
to
of
figure it
Mantis's
out.
fault, though.
Like Spider-Man's
Oh.
like getting it
She
at why
couldn't
because she's
hold
not
it.
stronger.
No, not that. She's holding Thanos' head.
And she senses
Oh, because
it and
he's
speaks
like
it.
He's
in-
sad and he's like crying, and then you know,
You're like,
Star
oh,
Lord's
why?
super emotional, so he's gonna like, grab at everything. I don't know what to say. That he's the reason why the universe was fucked. That's
Yeah.
it. They would have had it if not for him.
If anybody has more fault, it'd be
Star Lord.
Yeah,
Star Lord
it'd be
is a
Star-Lord.
fucking little bitch, and he represents humanity perfectly.
Do you think he gets his redeeming moment?
No, he probably
He
didn't
turned to
come back
dust,
yet.
baby.
Yeah.
Unless they do a timeline thing,
They're
which
all
if they
coming
do
back.
that...
I'm for sure they're all coming
It
back.
was funny.
but-
They showed a trailer. Do you see that trailer where they showed like all the characters that are left and how they're gonna like go after them? It's funny. They came on and then Andrew was like, "That's what's left." I was like, "What are you talking about? It's like the original Avengers."
Team, yeah.
I had the same reaction.
Plus the Captain Marvel. I was trying to like build it up.
No.
I was like,
I
you
agree.
don't appreciate how
No,
powerful.
I agree with Andrea on that. I remember watching the final trailer cut, right? Like the most extended of the Endgame cuts, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't care.
You
give me Tony Stark and
dress
Thor,
it
I'm
up
cool,
a little bit,
but-
and I was like, you don't appreciate how powerful Ant-Man really is.
Well, no. You know what? Ant-Man actually, yeah.
He's the key.
That is a big deal.
Yeah.
I like you know what?
Ant-Man could go into Thanos' lungs and start ripping his shit apart.
I'm more interested in what Ant-Man does in that movie than Captain Marvel.
That guy can go into the quantum realm. Like, come on. Like, that's...
I agree with
that's
Mike,
a big
too.
deal.
Miss Marvel was just kind of thrust upon us for this movie.
Yeah, Ant-Man feels like
Some
Which
asshole,
we talked
some
about.
asshole on Twitter straight up posted like a bootleg like footage. Like I saw it for a second and I was like, what movie is this? Is this like Iron Man 3? No, it was definitely Iron Man and Captain America fighting Thanos like in that weird like dimension or whatever. I was like, you fucking assholes.
Look, and that's not a spoiler. We all know that's gonna
What is
happen.
it with these people that like get off on
So don't worry.
like posting fucking
Still.
spoilers? Like,
And
that's
it's like a super subpar representation anyway, too.
yeah.
Like,
So
you can't get
fucking
anything out of it.
If you ever posted a spoiler before online for the sake of posting spoilers, fuck you.
Yeah.
And don't
Yes.
listen to this podcast anymore.
Yes, unsubscribe. That's stuff. I don't give a fuck.
But anyway,
Wait, you just stopped me from giving you a spoiler.
predictions though. We didn't give final predictions.
I
What do you
already
think,
said-
Michael? Let's start with
I
Michael.
already
Set the
said
tone.
I just feel like it has to lead up to Iron Man doing the final blow, right? On
He was
Thanos,
kind of the one that started this whole thing, right?
right? I mean, if film taught us anything, I guess it would be that he's the one who does it. I mean,
But look, we know that he's not coming back. Iron Man's not coming back. Thor's not coming back. So read into that what you will.
right?
But what kind of makes it blurry for me is that Marvel doesn't usually do like sad endings, you know? So how do you write off characters without killing them off?
Right.
They're gonna do it.
They win. They have to win, and then they just basically just ride off in the sunset, and they're in the backdrop, and no longer are they going to be full time in a movie.
Something has happened where Captain America goes back to the past and like gets to reclaim like his old life or whatever.
What the fuck?
Wow, that would be really like a. I mean, but you don't. But you got to set up for future films. I know you're not going to use Chris Evans anymore, but they're gonna want to use the characters
Oh yeah, doesn't Bucky become like Captain America or something?
for a short time. But that didn't really do so good. I don't know if people are gonna want to go with it. So
Well, I'm just thinking of an out for Captain America. I don't know how you keep Tony Stark from being Iron Man anymore.
they can exist in the universe. You just don't have to make a movie about them. You can't center 2 hours around those characters.
Is he just gonna retire by choice?
You know how like Spider-Man: Homecoming had Iron Man like sprinkled in. That's kind of what you can see that, and like recurring cameos like that. So I see that. I don't think they're dying. None of those main characters are going to die. You're just going to see them right off in the sunset, and they're going to be in the backdrop. That's it.
Thor's just gonna dip, even though he doesn't have a planet to go back to anymore.
The universe is a huge place, and I'm sure he's going to want to go and explore it. Asgard's got to find a home.
What do you think, Moses? You know more about Marvel than anybody. How's it gonna end? Movie-wise.
I honestly can't. I have no predictions that I've even... I'm not thinking about that movie. Like, I want to see it and stuff like that, but I'm not trying to, like, come up with...
You don't want to set expectations, you know, and just go in there and then watch the movie, right?
Yeah,
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
I generally like to do things like that. Think about where that movie's going to end up, but I honestly can't think of an outcome in Endgame that's going to make me happy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't see that movie in the same light that I saw the first part. I see Endgame as kind of an actual end to the parts of Marvel that I have so far enjoyed. Other than a few new additions that they have made enjoyable for me, but
Well, I mean,
Iron Man and
Marvel's
Thor.
gonna bring in X-Men.
yeah, but Iron Man and Thor are such a big deal when it comes to the Avengers stuff. I'm not talking about X-Men and all that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for me, it'll definitely be a thing where it's like, fuck, Robert Downey's done.
I'm done.
Yeah, and Thor.
It's over for me.
He's like the funniest actor. He likes to play around even when he's not, doing the acting. Yeah. So I don't know what to say about where that story's going to go. I was sick of Black Widow like 10 years ago, and they didn't get rid of her. She fucking does karate kicks.
They're signing over to DC,
I mean, you got the Spider-Mans, you got the Doctor Stranges.
Well, yeah, that's going to be cool. I'm just saying it's good.
You got the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, you still have some pretty good talent.
And I didn't say that I'm not going to have that anymore. I'm just saying that, like,
Sprinkle X-Men on that.
Robert Downey Jr., is gone.
I am curious what the next phase is going to bring. What the next batch of characters they're going to choose from the Marvel universe to put on the scene on screen.
Well, they'll keep the young ones.
I'll tell you this much: I hope they take chances on some heroes we don't see too often.
Yeah, me too.
I hope there's not a Captain Marvel too.
Oh God, yeah, right.
Unless it does like a mass overhaul, like Thor.
You know what? It probably will do a big overhaul because, like I said before, that movie was just jammed in to get us ready for the character for the movie.
Are they going to do anything with properties like that?
Which isn't good, It's not a good thing.
What about properties that were originally on Netflix? Are they you ever going to see like a cinematic version of Daredevil or Punisher?
That's disappointing.
Right. I mean, are we going to just forget that those happened? Or
they were really popular, so I wouldn't think that they would pass up on maybe Daredevil.
Right.
Did Daredevil get canceled?
Yeah. Disney reclaimed basically all that stuff.
Oh,
Yep.
Wow.
As soon as that sale, all that stuff went through, they were done.
Okay.
Which sucks because they left a lot of plot holes. You didn't get anything finished. So thanks for that. Thanks for another bout of stories with no endings, assholes.
Yeah. Oscar, what about you? Any predictions?
No, just the whole. I don't know how it's gonna end, but I know that what's his name had a part in it. Doctor Strange.
Okay.
What he did, is gonna be the major.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the mind fuck in the movie, right? Whatever he saw, and whatever little steps he took at that moment is the big deal.
Yeah, that's the big deal because he knew. He already saw everything, and there was only one shot, and he just gave the stone.
Doesn't it kind of seem like all those Marvel heroes are just kind of like sore losers at this point? Like,
fuck him, we're going to go there and beat his ass.
Go tag at Thanos.
I mean, it's all over now.
Like, it's over.
It's over.
Like,
that's
they
it.
lost.
Well, they're avenging their losses. They're the Avengers.
Yes, but
Thanos kind of took the ball and went home, so go to his house and beat his ass.
Take it back.
Thomas, what about you?
Yeah, I vote for the somehow they're going to find a way to have happy endings for all those characters. It's not going to be like the dying and sacrificing themselves for stuff. I don't know. They'll figure it out.
Okay. Cool. Well, we'll find out next. We'll find out this Thursday.
Don't do the review episode without me, you fucking assholes.
When are you back?
Wait till I get back.
When are you back?
I don't know. I'll get back to you.
Okay, you get back to me on that one. Okay, then I guess.
Not sure if I'm coming back yet. We'll see.
That's valid.
All right. I guess
You never know if you're coming back from a trip.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you can hope.
Let's see if you come back.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll be going dark on the Avengers for a while. Till
Nope.
Thomas resurfaces. No.
Literally.
We'll see how it pans
Maybe we'll
out.
Skype you in or something. I don't know.
What if he's like Castaway? Like he's like.
Yeah, I'll remote join the podcast. That's what we're gonna have to do with Moses when he's in Israel.
That's yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
I say you three guys do it, and I just send videos to Mike.
Oh, there you go. Hey, we could Skype.
Time difference is going to be pretty
You
big.
can learn how to Skype.
Let's learn how to Skype in the next week so we can make this happen. So we don't have to wait too long.
Sure.
Let's put that on the list of things that we're talking about.
We
We're
can
not
just do
gonna
Facebook. We can just do Facebook video or WhatsApp video.
Yeah, we have a lot of those.
or Google Chat or some shit.
Whatever
Hangouts.
fucking one that exists. This is
throw-
brilliant.
yeah, whatever.
Pick one. Just pick one.
We'll bring back MySpace.
Anyway, let's go.
All right. For Thomas Rodriguez, Moses Alcassis, Oscar Sandoval, I'm Mike Rivera. As you were.
I'm just saying.
You know, last week
He's our president.
I mentioned doing a skit where someone tries to read the Mueller report and Moses would chime in with the Trump voice saying redacted every time there's the spot where it's blacked out.
Yeah, I remember you got overruled when he mentioned that.
Right, and I was thinking about today, and today being Shakespeare Day. I was thinking that someone would try to...
really a thing?
Okay, who...
Can I listen to Mike for a second,
back
please?
up. No, hold on, back up.
What?
Who is coming up with all these days where all of a sudden it's
I'm with
today's donut day and today's houseplant day?
Well, guys,
what
there's
is
365 days a year.
Yeah, but not every single day
not
every object needs to have a picture frame day.
Yes,
wool blanket day. Why is this always
Why not?
You
Why
hear
shouldn't
about it
every day be a celebration?
I think they wanted to coincide with World Book Day, and we made World Book Day, right? I mean,
Michael, here's the thing: is more of these need to be paid holidays.
I like that.
Yeah.
If I got picture frame day on, and they were like, "You have to show proof that you put up a picture today," they're like, "Down."
Okay, yeah, I'll do it.
I have a pile that I've been
true.
doing. Oh my god,
Right.
you just made me finish something.
If today is World Book Day, I should at least be able to get one free book.
Or at
a
least
discount.
read a sentence from a book.
Why do you need it? Why should you get anything for free? What's this all entitlement? I should get a free. No, you
You
shouldn't
don't get shit for free on Christmas. Why on World Book Day would you get it for free? The books are suffering, brother.
Because you're supposed to promote reading, right? So that's
Your
just
fucking libraries for.
All right, buy one get one free.
And you guys do know that I asked you guys.
They'll waive any library fees you have that day.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Hey,
They do
come
that
on.
for a couple weekends.
What do they have? Like the grand librarian show up?
and pardons.
You have been pardoned.
Please, they never collect.
I
They
pardon
never
you.
take it off your paycheck.
Oh,
or
they'll
anything.
find you though. If you've got something you're trying to do, they're gonna find you.
They never found me for Harry Potter,
libraries don't do shit.
and I
They
didn't even
will.
steal that book.
Maybe
I got
they
that
should.
book for somebody
Maybe
else.
libraries should have their own stormtroopers. Maybe that's where half of ICE should go, is into the library system.
There you go.
You know, they'd
Fair
actually...
point.
they'd,
Rebuttal center?
They shoot bullets out of recycled old paper.
We're interviewing potential candidate Michael Rivera for Senator of Lebanon.
Gonna be a Nixon.
I don't know.
So,
I've never really actually been to a library.
let me reframe that question, Mr. Senator. If you were at a children's library and the child had a book in his possession or hers, and it was the last of said book, would you try to claim it for yourself?
Well, not to say that I've ever been to a book depository before and ever attempted to swipe a child's book, but can you repeat the question?
No.
He's stolen.
Well, sir, as a member of your party, I agree with your sentiment. And,
That Kennedy's a real charmer.
oh, that Kennedy, I tell you, too young, but what a handsome man. I read a book in third grade, did a report. The report got a B+.
Next question. Yes, you.
It was a great book, fantastic book, wonderful book.
It's a fantastic tits.
I don't remember what it was called or what it was about, but it was fantastic. That author does great work.
And I'm Wild Bill. Yeah.